All right, hello and welcome to Odyssey of Eternity. I'm DM Kenneth, and this is Tyranny of Dragons. Last we left off, the party had been started the endgame. The Drakhorn has been blaring over the land, and the Well of Dragons has been found. The party has started to push forward the 700 miles to the Well of the Dragons, sent ahead of the army, while the armies are gathered to scout the area and to see what they could do. Maybe lighten up the load, infiltrate, do what you get, reconnoiter. Your guys' choice. You are the Inquisition here. You are the vanguard of this army. So you guys had been sent through. You had allotted your resources, told the different factions who to attack, who to engage in the battle, and you took off. The leagues have been kind at this point. You guys have been passing through rolling hills, great forests, and all the like. And after a while, the world starts to change. As you get to the last 100 miles, a process that takes you at least a 10-day to get here through your travels. Little remains in the territory surrounding the Well of Dragons, and the constant drone of the Drakhorn has forced the local animals to flee or driven them mad. A handful of villages in the area are blood-stained ghost towns, and every farmstead is a charred ruin that you cross. The few survivors you encounter are headed in the opposite direction, all of them watching the sky for the telltale shape of a dragon on the wing. And as you get to closer and closer, you start seeing chromatic dragons patrolling night and day all around this area. At this point, I need to ask you guys, how would you like to approach this?
Every 5 feet shooting fireworks into the sky.
Let's put a pin in that idea. Let's put a pin in it and figure out other options.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you guys. I was literally about to ask if he's serious.
As silently as possible.
Yeah. I can't be silent.
So quiet fireworks.
Let's put a pin in fireworks. Does
But-
anyone have any other idea?
By the way, Solace, you do notice there is a new member in your party that was assigned to you by the council to help you in this matter. Solace, if you'd like to introduce your character to Bob, and Bob, if you'd like to introduce your character.
Hey Bob, I'm Solace from Northern Swift and Este. When you look at Solace, you see what looks like it looks like an elf, though you can't see an inch of skin. It just looks like an elf, except like the face is covered in a mask, and like the ears are covered in wrappings, and like everything is covered in glitters or sequins or sparkles, but it's covered. Very, very like dazzling, but it's also like just black, like all black, like 100% black, and like musical instruments everywhere. So what is most obviously a bard, covered in black clothing everywhere, looks very anxious but excitedly so right now.
Excellent. Well, that's awesome because I carry a lute as well. But my character is Halrevere, and I'll change the name here so that it's easier to remember that.
Yeah,
but,
sorry.
No, it's okay. So Halrevere is an Aasimar and is also sparkly, but sparkly because they're an Aasimar. And about 6 feet tall, 175 pounds or so. Age, middle age, but essentially Halrevere is a sword for hire versus evil. and used to be a mercenary for both of the major groups that are attacking the temple this time around, and basically it's just been assigned to you to help out. So more of an extra sword that will be wielded, but obviously in the service of good. So it has a great sword that's a dragon slayer, and so seems somewhat appropriate. A paladin and sorcerer. So psyched to meet you.
What was that last bit?
Sorcerer paladin, a sorkinen, right? Combined.
Did you say sorry to meet you?
No, it's great to meet you. It's sorkinen is the class essentially, but I'm very excited to meet you.
Okay, I'm like sorry to meet you. I'm like I'm sorry. I thought it was like rude, but
No, not at all.
okay.
It's important to know. Don't eat her cookies. They do have a body count.
Gosh,
No.
you weren't even there. You weren't even
I
there.
heard about it. Listen, you hear about one murder of cookies, you don't eat the cookies.
Well, maybe you need to go back to like baking. You just need to go back to baking school.
No, my life is baking school. Like
The brownies are great. The brownies, like, really good brownies. The cookies do have a body count.
Why do I even try?
I don't know.
Yeah, I was there when the guy. I was there when the guy died. It wasn't pleasant.
These are my friends. They like to bully me.
Bullying
Not
is
okay.
love language.
Bullying isn't exactly what we do. We merely warn others of your presence.
I feel it's less bullying when the cookies have actually killed someone.
Yeah, I was
It's
gonna
just, you know, a
say.
precautionary tale at that point.
It wasn't exactly my fault. Like every time we meet someone, like every time, just in passing.
Well, to be
They
fair, you do ask them if
died?
they want a cookie a lot.
From what I understand, you didn't refuse to let this person, or you refused to let this person say no to a cookie.
Yeah, so that is sort of an instigation. I mean, if we're really thinking about it.
All right,
Oh,
let's get
so,
going because we have a while.
About the idea of fireworks as we walk,
I
I know we said we're gonna put a pin in it. I haven't heard any better ideas yet.
What if we just walked quietly?
Yep. Just
Oh, I
walk
suppose that's an idea.
sedately across the ground.
Okay, so all in favor of walking quietly?
Eugene raises his hand.
Bob looks embarrassed.
Okay, now all in favor of doing firework approach? Six raises his hand. I hate it
no.
here, and he crosses his arms.
As you hear a dragon roar high up above, as you see a very large green dragon flying up. It doesn't seem to
I
notice
wanna
you
cook
at this point.
Batson puts six
great.
hands down. No, we're not doing that.
Six whips around to face Solus. You missed the meat orb! The morb!
Oh yeah. Ooh, that was terrifying. It was kind of terrifying.
We not talk about the meat orb,
So
please.
I'm gonna say, long story short, he made the dragon eat him. Dragon died. Used fabrication to turn dragon into a giant squishy super ball so he wouldn't die from the fall damage.
I'm a mix between impressed and repulsed.
Yeah, I'm still trying to process it myself.
That's called impulsed.
I get that a lot.
All right, so
Not just Six, ask in general.
but you guys are within the last 100 miles of the caldera of the Well of the Dragons. You see dragons all about, flying night and day, and so it sounds like you guys are going to attempt to do a sneaky approach or a. So what you could do here is you could either try to stealth through. You could use a nature or survival check to try finding shelter and camouflage to avoid dragons and stuff like that are passing. Or any other safes that you might, or any other checks you might think. Like you might want to stick to certain types of areas or
I think
any others.
smart people figure this one
And
out.
then an intimidation check so that anybody who sees us, we can just lock eyes with and be like, "You saw nothing."
I like that.
I'm down for that.
Weirdly, that sounds really fun.
I will meat orb you.
Throwing cookies at people like.
No, I think a stealth check would be the best bet, unless we have people who have problems with stealth, in which case maybe doing a survival of some sort.
I think it would be funny if we just did a stealth, and every time we try and get caught, like Baxton does a deception to pretend to be a suit of armor.
I don't think my wings are gonna really.
No, you're just a very classy suit of armor.
Oh well, yeah. Oh,
I mean-
wait, Ken, I have a reminder for you.
Yes.
As per the end of last session, someone's bootlaces are tied.
Yeah, so Solace, all of a sudden, ka-thunk,
I'm wearing heels!
makes it even more impressive. You look down and your heels have been...
Shoelaces.
Yes.
You attach shoelaces to something that doesn't have shoelaces.
Beautiful.
He has fabricate.
I'm just gonna take these shoes off and pull out different shoes. And slip them on. I just look disappointed in myself, honestly.
Oh, that's a hardcore power move.
Yeah.
As you take out the new pair of shoes, Six puts his hands up and goes, "Oh, look at little miss! I have 2 pairs of shoes! High roller!"
I carry 7 pairs of shoes on me at every given time.
That is so excessive. You only
Stick.
need 1, maybe
Stick.
2.
Sticks, do you need shoes?
I have shoes!
As you guys are having this quite heated exchange, you hear a skittering, and
We can hear you.
you can hear you.
Yeah.
You hear a cracking in the ground.
Oh. I'm bad at being quiet.
As something bursts from the ground below you.
How beautiful. I'm so done at this point.
Oh, good.
I
Great, fantastic.
wouldn't say it's beautiful, but it's definitely something.
That was sarcasm.
So what comes out from underneath you is a very large, almost vestigial dragon. Looks like it's spent the majority of its life under the ground.
Oh no.
Neato.
I'm having a very bad day. Can we just not do this right now?
It looks up at you. You disturb the well of the dragons. You must die.
You disturb me, God.
As
Go away.
this is initiative.
You need a lozenge, homie? Sound like you got a little bit of crud in there.
Just about to ask. Hey Owen, you got a lozenge? Old people always have lozenges.
7, 8, 10, 1, what?
Owen, I did.
Owen's not with us.
Hey,
Oh,
Dude,
that's right.
Solus,
That's
do
an A.
math.
22.
Oh, and by
Good
the way,
job.
I found your character in Skyrim. This morning.
What?
There is an NPC in Skyrim that is like very similar to Owen in the Dawnguard DLC. He's like talks to his god and everything, like he's his best friend.
That's delightful.
And I'm like, I'm sitting there interacting with the NPC. I'm like, wait a minute, that's Owen. I'm like, I fully appreciate this. All right, so copy image link. So I will share what this thing looks like to you guys.
Oh boy.
Did a brown dragon.
That's great. They took like a red dragon and like a gold dragon and like a blue dragon and put it together, and then some like whatever that is.
It looks like a Monster Hunter monster.
It's a
No,
snake.
it definitely looks like something from like the Underdark kind of area. So
Yeah.
It looks like something good that would fit on my mantelpiece.
That's okay. It's time to bring out the Holy Beyblade. It's fine.
Thy holy Beyblade.
The Holy Beyblade.
let her rip.
That's That's pretty great. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, so initiatives. Willow, I already have yours. It's because you rolled in D&D Beyond. Solace, what is yours?
22.
22. All right. Sticks.
That'll be a 19.
19. Baxon.
Roll the 1, so 1.
1.
It's okay, Bex.
Roll. Owen, roll for me just for kicks and giggles.
He disappears behind the flames. There you go.
He wasn't expecting to roll today.
While we're waiting
I have
for
a +2, so it's a 13.
13.
I rolled an 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eugene, I got yours, and Hal Revere.
Yeah, 18. Yeah.
I got a 10.
10. All right. So, Solace, you were the first to respond to this. This thing bursts out pretty much 10 feet away from you guys. Its blind eyes sort of gaping at you as it's like hissing out this this challenge to you.
That's great. That's absolutely great. That's what I wanted to wake up to. Can I have a Wisdom 17 save for Dissonant Whispers?
Yeah.
What level is this?
So you said Wisdom save, DC 17?
Yes.
It fails by 1.
Beautiful.
Hell yeah.
It is going to use one of its legendary resistance, though, to defeat it.
It's got a resistance.
It does.
It's a
Boy.
dragon. It's a dragon.
Boy.
It's a Durgity Durkin.
Like, I think the only types of dragons that don't get it are, like, the not dragons that
Is it the
can be
dungeons
dragons.
and the dragons, though?
No, it's Pathfinder.
and the young dragons.
Over there.
15. What? 21.
Yeah, it succeed. It used legendary resistance to succeed. So
So it'll take half damage.
Oh, it's taking
Yeah.
half. Okay.
It'll take half of 29 points of damage.
Solid work.
I'm just gonna throw my knotted shoes at it.
As you realize, the psychic did a whole lot less than even you would think that would do. Is you feel it has some sort of resistance to psychic.
Oh, it is an Underdark dragon.
Oh, it's an underdrag.
All right. Anything else there, Solace?
I'm like, bro, me same. No, I'm just gonna be very annoyed that I wasted a perfectly good pair of shoes in my rage.
All right.
I love Zoomer Solace. Just bro, same.
So at the end of your turn, it is going to release a puff of spores out of its. You notice along its back, it has all these like hive-like protrusions, as the spores
Jess, this is a
reach
you
out.
monster.
I need everyone to make a Wisdom saving throw.
This is
Oh,
definitely
good.
a me monster. I love it. I love it.
I'm using one of my heroic moments to give myself +5, Ken.
Okay.
Is it a
Wait.
disease?
What kind of saving throw?
Wisdom saving throw.
Is it a disease?
And it is not. Anyone that is near Hal Revere gets what, a +5, if I remember correctly.
Correct.
So
Yep.
everyone would get a +5 here, pretty much.
Cool.
7.
With the +5.
Yes.
19.
Okay.
With that +5 to 22.
Baxon.
14.
Okay.
I got a 14.
Willow.
16.
Okay. Eugene, I believe you got a 19, you said?
Yes.
All right, so Solace and Baxon, roll me a die 6.
Oh no, confused.
2.
Okay.
6.
So, Solace, you turn around as you attempt to stab Halrevere with your Ilqua. And
I do.
Baxon, you will attempt to slash at Willow with your sword. So I need a attack roll for both of you guys right now.
I feel like Willow got the short end of the stick right there.
As this uses your reaction to use a melee weapon attack against a creature with it.
Willow is the short end of the stick.
Oh.
Nice.
19 on Hallervier.
It's only 18, so that's a hit.
That'll hit. Yep.
I'm
And this is just a singular. This is a singular melee attack. You don't need to smite or anything extra on it. It's just a singular melee.
And
7
18,
points of damage.
You
and
said-
18 does not hit Willow.
No, 21.
You said 17 points?
Solace? Did
Yeah,
you
so
say
I would say 17.
7. Just
7?
7.
Okay.
That's much better. Thank you.
And then does a 21 hit Willow?
A 21 is for armor class.
Okay, so
yes.
that will hit.
Okay. And then I got a 12 damage.
Okay.
Unless you're undead.
Not the last I checked.
Cool.
Holy bones, yeah.
All right, Styx, it is your turn.
Okay. Oh no, I love it. I don't want to hurt it.
You gotta,
Arctic,
Jas.
please.
You gotta.
Can I make an insight check to see how likely it is we can convince it to join us?
Not likely at all.
Boy,
Okay.
boy, I will come over there.
Oh man.
Hey, Jas, here's an idea. Use fire. You know, the thing that your character used.
You right. You right. I just don't know which fire I want to use. There's a lot of fire.
There's so many
There's so much
big.
fire.
Big fire, please.
Big fire.
large fire.
Okay.
Massive.
I needed to make me a dex save.
That is a natural 1.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Combat might be
Please.
over. Hold on.
Oh, it still has legendary resistance still.
Is it using that?
It's going to use that on a natural 1,
Oh.
yes.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
all right.
Okay.
Because
well,
a
then
dragon's not dumb.
that's a 6th level spell slot gone. I was casting Disintegrate.
It'll still do damage, right?
No, it's a saber suck.
Oh, okay. I apologize about that.
No, it's fine.
That's what
it
the
totally
dragon
fits
would
into
do.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it probably definitely knows Disintegrate and would definitely use that. Yes.
Oh, yes, yes.
Just dust.
Yeah.
All right, anything else or Sticks?
No, that'll be it.
All right, Eugene, your turn.
All right. Eugene is going to stand up, click his heels together, jump up into the air with his boots of flying, summon
Wait,
the
what?
mighty. Yeah, yes, I have boots of flying. Summon the mighty dragon sword of goodness and righteous, and fly towards this beast.
Okay, sounds good.
I can make it to the beast. Yes.
Yeah, it's literally, it came from the ground 10 feet in front of you.
Okay. So 2 attacks.
So you have to
with,
lower yourself back to the ground to get to it.
Well, I can't like attack like if I.
Well, you could get above it and attack it. Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Because I was gonna say. I mean, I can still get like. Okay.
Yes. Yep.
And we're gonna use 2 hands. 2 hands.
Look, Mom, 2 hands.
27 first attack.
That'll hit.
Second attack
No.
is a 14.
14 will miss.
Dang it. Okay, so we got 1 2-handed attack. Kya. For 16 damage.
16 points of radiant damage.
No,
You slice down into it. You see it lets out a shriek as you rend down into its flesh. And it's an awful sound. It sort of sends a shiver down all of your spines.
and I can't dodge, but Eugene's just gonna like put his shield up, like. Huh.
Okay. It is then going to. You attacked with 2 hands. You can't put the shield up this turn.
Oh yeah, no, I did 2 hands. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. No shield. Never mind.
It is then going to attempt to use a legendary action to make a tail attack against you there.
All right, sir. Go ahead.
That will be a 25 to hit.
That does indeed hit.
I need a strength save as you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so 9. D&D Beyond. Frickin'. Okay, there we go. And you said strength save.
Yes.
Kya. That's a 25.
All right, you managed to hold your own. It's a little odd trying to hold your ground in midair with nothing to brace yourself against, but you do. You have a heroic moment there and just sort of stop the tail dead in its track.
I feel like I braced with the boots.
Yeah. And that is the end of your turn. Panning back to a faraway cavern.
What?
You see the golden egg shake a little bit. Sounds can be heard coming from inside. It might be close to hatching. Next up, Halrevere, your turn.
Okay, I'll move up 10 feet and attack it.
All right.
Normal thing. First hit is what? An 11 modified becomes a 21. Hopefully that hits.
21 will hit.
Okay, I'll do 5th level Divine Smite. So that's
okay.
Up to that's 5d8. And then the normal damage is 2d6 from a greatsword, and it also, because I'm assuming it's a dragon, so the Dragon Slayer applies as well.
It is considered a dragon, yeah.
Okay, so this is 10 dice roll in here.
You know, I'm not worried about throwing adult dragon at this party because you guys literally can like one round any adult dragon I throw at you guys.
I was gonna say we've been fighting adult dragons since we were like 5.
I mean,
45 damage.
45 points. All right.
Yep. Second one is, let's see if it hits.
I want to kill Tiamat.
That's a 23 to hit.
23 will hit.
Okay,
Little
same old.
Baby Eugene in a cradle.
And then
Actually, in a tube.
and it's going to be plus 5. 36 damage.
36 points. You rend down 2 solid slashes. It lets out a roar in protest as you bloodied it quite
much.
A lot.
It's not flying or anything, right? It looks pretty grounded.
It has wings, but it is on the ground. You're not sure if the wings are able to hold it.
Oh, I dare it to try to fly.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything else except a champion challenge, which keeps it within 30 feet of me if it doesn't make a Wisdom saving throw of DC 18.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I love Champions Challenge. It's great.
It fails that.
Okay, so it can't move within any further away than 30 feet from me.
Sounds good.
So here I am, target with an AC 18.
All right.
Homies.
Nice.
At the end of your turn, it is going to use its last legendary action for this turn to make a tail attack upon you, Halrevere.
Big DC 18.
Hey, Ken?
Yes?
I would like to interpose myself in between my boy and the tail. So now it's making an attack against me.
Okay, that'll be a 20 to hit.
Shield. It doesn't hit.
Okay.
Nice.
Sounds good.
So
great teamwork.
You do the Champions Challenge. The tail comes at you. Eugene sweeps down from the sky and just like buffets the tail off of his shield, flips you a thumbs up, and flies back up.
And I wink with thumbs up in response.
So you see the dragon sort of shift and shake its back as you see the hive pores opening and closing all around its back as a 30-foot cloud appears around it. 30-foot radius cloud around it. I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw, except for Bob, because Bob is a robot and does not need to breathe.
Son of biscuit!
Don't forget we're still in Halrevere's aura, so it's
Yeah,
+5.
but that's still a 7
Is it a nat 1?
or an 8.
Because a nat 1 is not a good thing here.
It's not a nat 1, but it's
Okay,
an 8.
just double checking.
24.
Look at you, good for you, Solace.
Oh, look at you with multiple pairs of shoes and a 24.
Double digits? Shit.
All right, so did anyone get lower than a 16 here?
I did.
All right, anyone lower than a 16 will take a grand total of 31 points of psychic damage.
Thanks, I hate it.
And are frightened until...
Nope.
For 1 minute. Oh, you're immune to frighten.
I'm immune, and my radius makes people immune to frighten.
Oh, so no one is frightened, but you are still take the psychic damage.
Ow!
Everyone else will take half damage on that, so 15.
Awesome.
You got it, kiddo.
That is its turn. Willow.
If you save, you take 15?
If you save, you take 15, yes.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, so
If
one of my allies just turned on me.
They did, but you see they're back in their own, it was just like they were forced briefly, but now they're back to their own mind.
sorry, Willow.
As Baxton's like grimacing, sorry!
And you said it was psychic damage, right?
Yes.
Cool, thank you.
I'm going to throw my hand axe twice.
At the dragon?
Yeah.
Okay. Just like,
For a brief moment, I thought you meant at Baxton. And I was like, valid.
26
I accept it.
26 will hit.
and a 29.
Both will hit.
Okay. That's 4 and 5 is 9 plus 12, 21 points of damage.
21 points of damage. All right.
And Bob is going to bite.
Okay. It is incredibly bloodied at this point.
And Bob misses, I'm sure, with a 10.
10 will miss, yes.
Yep.
All right. At the end of your turn, it is then going to, this time you're going to see it do that, the shaking again, as more spores erupt from it. I need a Constitution saving throw from everyone within 30 feet of it.
Dude, this
Wonderful. I hate you.
Don't forget your +5s.
Yes.
Oh, right.
This is against poison if it matters for anyone.
It does.
12.
Well, that's kind of
I'm really loving how thematic this dragon is.
So after we're done with this fight, please send me the name of the dragon so I can find it later. Because this dragon is right up my alley.
Is this dragon going in the campaign, Jask?
It is.
Ah!
This one, I've slightly modified it a little bit, but...
That's fine. I modify creatures all the time. It keeps things spicy.
Yep.
So, I got a 14, so I'm sure I failed.
All right, anyone lower than a 16 will fail here.
I did not get more than 16, 23.
All right.
Plus, modifying creatures helps with people like me who has certain stat blocks memorized because of using them so much.
Yes, that's why I've been pulling Fizbins out for the end of this campaign,
Yeah.
because it's all new dragons. So anyone who got lower than a 16 will take 12 points of poison damage and are poisoned for a minute.
Ooh.
Anyone who passed does not need to worry about that.
Okay, cool.
Resistance gives me...
Half damage.
So that was... Okay, got it.
Sounds good to me. All right, Baxton, your turn.
Yay. Okay. I realized I had an error earlier.
Yes.
I forgot to turn on my Holy Bonker, so I'm gonna bonus action turn on my Holy Bonker. So I would have just
Beating it with a
whacked-
handle.
Holy bonker!
I would have just beat Willow with a foop on a...
Yeah, it was. Yeah, bludgeoning damage instead of radiant at that point.
And I'm going to reckless hit the dragon with my Holy Bonker.
Okay.
Because I can't bonus action rage, and I'm mad. I realized the Holy Bonker hindered me instead of helping me. Now that I'm this far into it. Crit on one of them.
You just don't ever have to shut it off.
I know, but then I have a giant light going everywhere. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
Trade-offs.
I can also harness the power of the sun, but that's beside the point.
Love me some sun.
Well, I mean, we could switch. You know, if you wanted like a... We could trade for a little bit.
I like my Holy Bonker.
I like the Holy Bonker.
I'm gonna go for a level 3, or level
Okay, level 3 smite.
48. Is it 48 is 3, or is it 2?
You're the paladin expert. You've played way more paladins than I ever have.
Yep, I'm doing a 3rd level one.
And I don't mean that like in a rude way. I mean that, like, that's because you're an awesome paladin expert.
Yes.
Paladins are
hitting
great.
it for a total of 93 points of radiant damage.
Is it dead?
93 points?
Is it dead, Ken?
Yeah. So you just come through as you smash down with the holy bonker. You crunch in its head, and as it is dead, a
All of it's
giant,
radiant, by the way. All of it's radiant.
a giant golden egg splatters the torso of this thing, sending gore and viscera everywhere on all of you guys.
Meat Orb 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Pardon?
As also Solace, by the way, you didn't. No one told you yet, but Owen did something.
I did like
I have been
Source.
informed
Oh,
of
okay,
the
okay, okay.
situation.
Yeah.
Okay. As there is now a large golden egg sitting in the viscera of this dragon.
Dix will just pat the egg twice and go, ah, yes, excellent.
Ah! Ah!
Well, I guess this is dinner tonight.
My
we just kill
barn!
it?
My barn is feeling the
Did we just kill a
feels.
pregnant dragon?
Wait,
I
what?
feel bad now.
I do not believe this egg was fitting inside of that thing's torso.
Eugene's just gonna start prestidigitating himself clean, like. "Ugh."
It's a dragon. They do magic stuff.
Ah, that's fair, that's fair.
How can I figure out what the egg is?
By eating it.
No. That goes against some.
The egg shakes a little bit.
Sit on it until it hatches.
No, quick! What we need to do is we need to put it in our team and then run in a line for a long time until it hatches.
What?
Put it in the bag of holding and run around a bunch.
That was a Pokemon reference.
As someone who has literally spent 2 weeks shiny farming for a Pokemon doing that,
Don't even. Do not even.
take inspiration. Take inspiration.
Okay. Me too, dude. Me too.
All
Just
right.
a shiny ditto.
Styx is going to cast Create Bonfire
Okay.
next to the egg to keep it warm, and then use Control Flames to get a circle of fire around the egg. And every 6 seconds, he's casting Control Flames. He's making a literal just flowing circle of fire around this egg to keep it warm all the way around.
Do you want me to breathe on it?
No, I'm gonna help it hatch or something. I don't know. I'm keeping it warm. That's what you're supposed to do with eggs, right?
Can I?
I want to know what's inside.
It
Release to me your secrets.
It shatters as you see a
Great.
humanoid standing in the middle of it, rising up from a prone, like a kneed position.
We now know its secrets. It held.
What do they see?
Quick, Stick. It's gonna imprint on you, Sticks.
Six dives to the ground. The last thing he needs is another child.
She dives to the
It's
ground
going to be
because he
the
was
most-
behind Stick.
Wait,
It's
what?
going to be the most confused little ducky, just thinking that a burnt cat is his
Quack!
mommy.
Anyways, Owen.
Whack, whack.
What do they see?
Sorry, I'm still laughing about the whole imprinting.
You're welcome. Sometimes I'm funny. You're welcome.
Leave it to
That was
D&D
good.
players.
Oh goodness. You will see. Honestly, it was actually kind of hard to find anything that could be as close to what I wanted. But this is what I found. And 1 second. Where are you? Not necessarily holding the weapon that they're holding, but just as so you can get kind of an idea. And now Soos will have to redraw Owen for a third time. So
Hi.
what you'll see, I'm assuming though I don't have anything on, so I guess I'm a naked
No,
dragon.
your armor that you had and everything is currently equipped.
Okay. Well then I am a fully equipped dragonborn, but I look a little bit different than Baxon, as I'm a little platinum-esque. So it's not white, it's not silver. It's very much a. You can tell that Bahamut probably had something to do with this. and he is very platinum-ish, and looks like a dragonborn now.
Do we even recognize him as Owen?
So he's still wearing Owen's armor, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we see tufts of grass and like flowers sticking out of the armor.
Yes. He's
Okay.
probably literally chewing on a flower as he rises
It's
up.
like looking up from the ground. Goes, "Oh, Owen! You didn't imprint on me, did you?"
Well, I didn't die.
Well,
Can I-
glad to hear it.
This is kind of cool. I didn't know what was gonna happen.
What
Yeah,
just
that's-
happened?
Well, Owen,
Told people Dragonborn come from eggs.
Well,
I think we just witnessed the miracle of birth, or something, akin to it.
I have heard many piglets. There is.
okay, Solus. Essentially, Bahamut reverse immaculate conceptioned Owen into a Dragonborn.
What?
He's a dragonborn now.
I asked if there was a way that I could be like Baxon and help a little bit more, and they said maybe. So I went and presented a gold lily or daisy, and they said, "You could die. You better say goodbye to your friends." So I said goodbye to my friends, and Baxon has our friends, and Trevi signed off on it, and then I got disintegrated. And now I'm here.
Okay. Me and you gotta have a talk about being Dragonborn, because there's a lot that you don't know.
Willow just looks as cool.
Yeah, honestly, that is really rad.
Wait, do I have a tail? And I'm gonna start running like this way, and then I'm gonna start going this way, trying to see if I have a tail.
While he's doing that, does he have a tail?
I would assume so.
Okay.
Ken, do I have a tail?
I mean, most Dragonborns don't have tails, but it isn't unheard of for Dragonborns to have tails.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I thought it was the other way around.
No, they're generally tailless.
Yep.
Okay.
As a man who just found out he is a amalgamation of a bunch of mana, this isn't the weirdest thing I've seen today. Oh yeah, so that happened.
We found out. So we had some time for me to sit down and actually cast Legend Lore on Eugene, and we found out that Eugene's,
I'm an experiment.
Yeah.
Or I was.
We're both moms.
So, okay, long story short, Cedric's my dad, and I was made with some of his blood and my mom's blood, but I'm not actually human. I was made with mana, so I'm like a mana baby, sorta. But there's a bunch of mana inside me, and it wants to come out, and that's why my magic don't work so good. So,
Wait, you have a bunch of man inside you?
No, bunch of mana, bunch of magic juice.
Oh.
It's like when you overfill a water skin and it kind of drips out the top a little bit. It's me, but a person.
Definitely done that before.
Do you need a hug? I
wouldn't touch him. I wouldn't.
You have a lot of feelings right now.
Oh yeah, they're really big feelings. I'm gonna sort them out after we fight the dragons.
He's doing the patented, as I've heard of it, Godric technique. You bottle it up, you shove that real deep down, and then later you unpack it.
Well, it's less bottling it up and more I'm just like putting it in a lunch bag for later.
Yeah.
Because like it's still at the forefront. It's just.
That's fair.
Ken, would all this count as a long rest for me? Just
Yeah.
question, because I did not reset anything. I left it the way it was.
Yeah,
when I walked in.
it would count for. You've been doing nothing except for incubating for the past past 10 days.
So, Owen, we're
where are we?
Six is gonna catch him up on like around where we're at and what we're currently doing. And yeah, so we're trying to be stealthy, I guess. I did recommend shooting fireworks every 5 feet to announce our arrival, but no, they were against the fireworks, so we're going stealthy instead.
Oh, okay.
And somehow my shoelaces got tied together.
Oh, that was because my spirit friends.
What?
Yeah, I made little friends. Well, technically they're elementals, but a lot of people think they're spirits.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You know, not the weirdest thing that I've heard of today. Turns out, like...
Yeah, a man just hatched from an egg.
Yep,
I'd say that's weird.
Owen's not Owen,
That was
but
really
he's
weird.
Owen. And, like... Eugene exists.
Ken,
Right.
where's
Yes.
Nibbles?
Back
Nibbles went in with him.
Yeah.
No, Nibbles went with him.
Yeah.
Nibble, I have everything. I have everyone but Nibbles.
You see on one of the chunks of eggshell that are on there, you just see Nibbles sort of looking at you head cocked as he was riding on top of the egg as the egg got sent blasting across. He looks a bit frazzled. His hair is all like tufted out because he was flying faster than Nibbles has ever flown. Little batty, what do you call it, mohawk.
Right.
Classy.
So, we do have a timeline here. So we should get moving, and Six is going to grab up one of the chunks of the egg that like is vaguely helmet-like ish, put it on top of his head, and go onward to adventure, and start walking.
All right.
That's a little weird, considering.
Owen was just in that egg, like in a gaseous form, but okay.
So,
I'm just saying, that's a lot of Owen on you.
You know, chicks don't exist as gas before they get. Like they're fully formed inside the egg before
Yeah,
they.
he's more of like gently goop form.
Yes,
So
but
for you guys, give me a either a survival, nature, or stealth check as a group. I need this has to be a unanimous check as you guys continue on forward here.
I am the best at nature, so.
I have -1 in both nature and
Would you
survival and disadvantage.
Would you
of
like
stealth.
some help with nature? I've got a +4.
Can I give myself guidance
Well,
for
the-
the
You
for
could.
survival check?
This is a group check, and everyone has to make the same check, either nature, survival, or stealth.
Yeah, so we have to decide as a group which one we want to do.
So I have a +10 on my survival.
I think doing survival might be our best bet because I think we have multiple people in armor that gives disadvantage.
Yeah, stealth is bad for me too. I'm disadvantaged.
Yeah. So yeah, I think doing survival would be our best bet then.
let's go.
Yeah, that's an 11.
That's a 3. I got 3 whole surviving.
Okay.
Oh,
So with 2 fails,
Yeah, I got a 6. I bet that fails too.
3 fails.
I'm gonna blame these tap dancing shoes that I recently put on. Like,
An
Seven-
18 for me. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Willow.
No, I was just going to say 17.
So 2 passes.
That's
Go.
that's a nat 20 for me for a total 26.
So 4 passes, because nat 20s count as 2 passes.
That's a yeet for me, for 19.
So nat 20 down to a 19.
Okay, so enough of you guys succeed, where the not so lucky of you are able to be sort of taken under their wing, to say, and ushered in cover and stuff like that. And eventually, you guys, it'll take an additional 3 days to get there, but you guys will get your long rests.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
As I'm not sending you into this.
You said it's been 10 days, by the way, prior to me.
Yes. So you're at 13 days since the last session at this point, about.
Okay.
Are we going to be able to get a hero's feast again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have enough to do 3.
So you guys approach as you see a caldera of a long-dead volcano rises from the ashen plain ahead. I'll get to you in a second, Celis. I see you.
awesome.
Along the cinder cone steeply sloped sides, thousands of creatures mill about or are lined up in order in ordered infantry ranks. In the air above, dozens of chromatic dragons wheel and shriek like flocks of immense crows, awaiting the bloodshed of the battle to come. As you hear the drac horn sound once more. Yes, Solace.
I'm gonna do my inspiring leader thing. How many of us are there? 6 allies?
There's 7 of you now, I believe.
Well, I have one question. Is this? Are you saying this is after the 3 days it takes us to get this there?
Yes.
Okay, so what I would have done is on the night before that we were going to arrive, I would have used a hero's feast on that night, so that
Okay.
way it's good for the entire. Well, it'll be good for
8 hours.
18 or 16 hours.
That night,
So if
there
we
is-
use it that night before we go to bed, it's 8 hours of sleep. That'll leave us 16 hours going into the next day.
Perfect.
Does that work?
Yeah. I don't see what.
And also, that night before we go to bed, I am putting a cure wounds.
And Bird Bird?
I'm just trying to think where I should put it.
We'll get to you in just a second here,
Okay,
Sticks.
it's my hand axe.
Okay. And then
And
Sticks.
so that's a second level cure wounds, and I can use that 8 times.
Sounds good to me.
Nice. And
then Sticks.
Yeah, so that night, I do also have a Hail Mary attempt I'm going to be trying to pull on you, Ken. There at that night, Six uses Find Familiar,
Okay.
pulling specifically an imp.
Okay.
He then goes, Tiamat's trying to escape hell, and I get the impression that most of the devils down there don't want that because that's Tiamat's punishment. So I'm telling you in the hopes that you'll say something to someone else, and then you'll get promoted. So goodbye, and then Six just kills him. Send him back down to hell.
As the look of utter surprise and confusion to what the hell on the imp's face, like all in a matter of seconds before you kill him.
What the me? No, I...
Yes, it's quite the quite actually humorous.
You should do that more than once so we get more imps. And let me hit one.
You just need a little bit of stress relief.
Everybody gets 11 hit points added to their current and their current and their max HP. Everybody goes up by 11.
Awesome, thank you.
Yes.
So I rolled an 8 on the first one, then I rolled a 3 on the second one, so it wasn't that great.
Everyone
Sorry,
gets
Baxton.
18 temporary HP.
And that's on top of the 11 because those are two
Yes.
different, types of hit points.
Yes. Yes, sir.
18.
18? Holy
18.
jeez.
And yeah, sorry, Baxton, I can only do that once. I only bought the supplies to be able to summon one familiar because I didn't ever think I'd need multiple. I've got my book friend.
How many HP Solace? 8?
18.
18. Okay.
18 temp. Yeah.
Hey, that means that between the 18 and the 11, I finally break 100.
Yay!
You're finally out of
yeah,
power.
point.
You're finally out of power word kill range.
By 1 extra hit point.
Man, I would love that if we
I'm
just
at
got
101.
into the just imagine if we just got into the Tiamat and then her high priest was just like power word no and you just exploded.
I would explode, and then I would explode on the party.
Yeah, and then you killed the whole
That would
party.
be
It'd be your fault.
insane. That would be the most insane anticlimactic TPK.
You just hit 101. I just hit 198.
145 here, boys.
So we got 29 extra overall.
Yes.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. So 137 for me.
That's
Nice.
hilarious. That Jaska is so hilarious.
Yeah, because that would be. Hold on, let me double check this.
If Ken was a vindictive DM, her
Yeah.
priest would have power word kill, and he'd just be like, power word.
That would be 28
I didn't ever
D12.
think of that.
That would be 28 D12 plus 40 force damage that everybody would take.
That's okay. That's just something. That's something I would do, kid. It's fine.
All
Reaction
right.
rage.
All right. So
So if I'm gonna put the description of Heroes Feast, I'm gonna put that in the chat so everybody can read it. So
Yep.
that way everybody can remember what it does, because it does matter.
Yes.
That it does. Especially when going into dragons.
Matter do.
Where'd it go?
So, as you guys are finishing this up, taking your rest, giving your talk, a mind-numbing structure starts to push up from the in the middle of the caldera. It's pushed up from beneath the tangled bones to tower above the blasted volcano. Partly volcanic ash fused with dragon bones, and partly stone imbued with dark magic of the Nine Hells. The Temple of Tiamat is all chaotic angles and jutting buttresses. With that snarl of cornices and soaring angulations, you make out 5 asymmetric towers topped with twisted steeples. This is still quite a ways away, but it is, what you can see, absolutely immense. This is larger than Super Bowl stadiums. For
That paint job is trash. I'm just gonna say it. It clashes in all the wrong ways.
Tell that to Tiamat.
I don't think they worried very much about color coordination, Solace. It's you know.
If you got eons to be kind of dead banished, I think you would want something a bit more fashionable than that.
Are you dissing the Queen of Dragons?
I mean, we're about to go fight her, so I mean, we can say whatever, you know.
I like boiling innocence and hurting like mutilating people's like A+, but like color coordination, like I'm giving you like a D-.
I'll be sure to pass along your critiques to her.
Just Solace's vicious mockery against Tiamat. Yo, Temple ain't shit.
Styx and Baxon.
Yes.
I am putting Death Ward on both of you in the morning, or like right when we're about to walk in, so you both have Death Ward on you.
Hey, I'm much less likely to explode.
So it's one. It's one. It will prevent you from dropping to 6. You'll drop it to 0. You go to 1. Also, if you're targeted by a spell that would kill you instantly, that spell fails, and Death Ward goes away. So this is going on Styx and Bax. No, I don't want Styx.
Can't imagine why.
Because we have a walking, meowing nuke in our hands, okay?
I don't believe I've ever meowed. I can't believe you're doing this to me right now.
Take off.
So you're saying if I don't scratch behind your ears, not gonna
Nope.
Question: does Styx purr?
You have never heard him purr.
Life goal.
If I survive,
If I survive this, I will get you to purr.
Note to self: buy ball of yarn.
You okay there, Ken? Important question: is your inhaler in arm's reach?
Oh Lord, we're killing him again.
Gotta do an
Yes.
inhaler check real quick. Okay.
Yes.
good.
My spell DC is now a 21. Just FYI.
Nice.
Just the cat puns on the slightly singed cat is just hilarious. All right, so that's what happened.
I feel like there's a food joke in there somewhere.
So you guys see there are, like I said, there are hundreds upon hundreds of individuals lined up in ordered infantry ranks. You see there are dozens of lava tubes that seem to be entrances with very large visible paths along the slopes to the volcanoes. You guys can see this. It's probably close to... would you rather it be early morning or early evening here? Because you can still
Early
see
morning.
early
Morning.
morning.
Evening, because I can't see.
No, we need early morning because that would put us at better time with Owen's Heroes Feast.
That's fair. Yes,
So-
I'm blind.
No, it's early morning. That means that's like. Well, no, that's right. You have the sunlight sensitivity, don't you? Yeah. Oh well. It's okay. It's okay. We're about to go
Sorry,
into a
I'm
temple. You'll
muted.
be fine.
No, here's the thing. What I was going to say is that I would have planned that on whatever time. So if we were going to attack at like mid-evening to going into the night, then I would have planned, like, we would have taken our rest for the day, got up at night, and then we would have eaten then.
And that's why I asked you what
Or
time
you're
you
taking
wanted
the
to. That's why I asked what
Yeah.
time. So if you guys
Okay,
wanted
so-
to plan it in a different way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so in that case, we should do evening so that Solus can have vision,
I
so that her eyeballs may not crisp.
like sticks.
Yeah.
She's
Let me tell you, as an expert on the matter, crispy eyeballs are inconvenient. You do not want your eyeballs to have a crunchy texture.
Crunchy eyeballs.
My favorite line of that is, "I know from experience you do not want your eyeballs to be crispy."
And actually, before we go in, I need to cast a spell.
Yeah, what spell are you going to cast? Now, are you guys going straight in, or are you guys going to do some recon? Are you guys going to, like, what is the plan here? Are you guys to Leroy Jenkins right in and trigger the final fight? Who knows?
Well, we gotta wait on everybody else to come in.
Yeah.
I'm-
Just a note. Before we left Waterdeep, I sent a copy of my last will and testament to Swift and Essie, just to has. Thank you.
At this point, too,
That would be
you do get a message from the Harpers saying that the Allied forces are about a day out.
Okay, so we should do some recon while we wait for the Allied forces.
That would be some depressing mail to get. Like, oh, what's this? Oh, it's Solus's will. Okay.
Just to worry her aunts even more.
Yo,
All those poor ants.
Well, then you said they sent that this evening that they're a day out.
As you guys were finishing up your spells, you just get that message that they're about a day's travel out with the bulk of the army.
Okay.
Then we should probably wait and just.
Yes. So we just do a little bit of recon then?
Yeah. Unless
should we like
something-
pick off the fringes? Like if we like.
Even that could invite investigation and get us found.
Okay.
We recon. We see what's going on. We get as much information as we can get.
Yeah, you guys have a very very concealed area as well right now for your campsite. You were able to find a little grotto or little warren off in one of the cliff sides that has a nice view of the
I'm gonna.
caldera.
Could we just hang out in Solus's? Solus, did you prepare your?
I got my mansion.
We could just hang out in the mansion, shut the door, and it would be invisible.
Yeah.
Always a good option.
I think it'd be a good idea for Solus, Baxton, and Hullrevere to hang out in the mansion. Solus only because Solus needs to be there for it to be there. But I would like to. I'm not bad at being stealthy. I would like to take a look around and do a little bit of investigating prior to the main forces getting here.
Okay.
Wait.
So give me a do an investigation check or perception because more perception because you are at a distance.
Ooh,
Right
my perception
now.
is way better. Hey, that's a 19 on the die for a total of 25.
Yeah, so looking through, looking at the lava tubes and stuff like that, you see the cult coming and going through many of the primary entrances. As you skirt around the area, you do a little bit of scouting. You do see there is one lava tube that they don't seem to be using.
Ooh.
You see very little use. Every now and again, someone will go into it, and then very quickly come back out,
Mm.
shaking their head mostly.
Mm.
Does anyone have something we could send in there without trashing ourselves?
Yeah, I do. Well, so yes and no. Wait, maybe.
Actually, I do have something. And because this won't be odd, I'll flip my cauldron off, and I will, because I have not actually been able to use this very much, and I will take a minute and I will cast Cauldron of Bats, and I will pull up the 3 familiars, the temporary bat familiars of Nibbles, Nibbles, and Nibbles, and I will send Nibbles, Nibbles, Nibbles to the thing, and I'm assuming it's within a mile of me, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And I need a
So I'll just have-
stealth check from all of the nibbles.
What would
You could
be
say
a?
he's nibbling.
Do you know what a stealth check it is on a bat at night?
It would be an advantage, but you would it would be, I believe it's a +1 for a bat.
It's wrong.
+2.
+2.
+2? Thank
Yep.
you. Advantage. Let's go. Do you want one for each one or just a group roll?
Group roll.
Question: is it nibbles or nibble-eye?
So that's going to be a 13 total. I rolled an 11 and a 7. 7, 11.
7 and 11, alright. Yeah. You attempt to get close to there as a swooping dragon comes down and takes a what he thought was going to be a snack, but turns into a puffy ectoplasmic awfulness as it bites down and shakes its head in disgust. For you, looking through the eyes of these things, incredibly disorienting to get eaten by a dragon.
Okay, so I do have my own option I can do. As
If
much as
The giant fiery book? I say no.
it's not the giant fiery book. I did consider it. I considered another option I've been really itching to do, but Tower of Friendship will not come out this time. Instead, I'm going to. I don't think I've only cast a spell to summon fire elementals, but I suppose it can, and he'll just summon an earth elemental spirit, which has a burrow speed.
Okay.
Big brain.
That felt gross. This wasn't a water elemental.
Oh.
As literally the elemental looks at you with its stony face, like equally as displeased to be with you as you look.
The feeling is mutual.
Just nod sagely and just go see what's down that tunnel and come back.
Okay. So it slides down the tunnel. And after... Give me a stealth check with that, because even though it's gliding through the earth, there are, as you've recently found, dragons that are burrowers.
Okay. Just a straight stealth check, or do you want him to do it with advantage?
This has advantage as it is a earth spirit and it is moving through its...
Okay. That will be a 16 on the die for a total of 18.
Alright. Absolutely great. It gets through there as... it comes back, and does anyone speak Terran?
I speak Primordial.
Okay, so it's one of the 4 languages of Primordial.
Yep.
It tells you that this is a an old passageway that leads into the middle of the caldera proper. And there's no enemies there, or nothing there. It looks to be blocked off, but he tells you that's not a problem. It's really not as blocked off as what the cultists probably think it is.
Delightful. Thank you.
Do you mean like as in sticks? Does he mean like as in like blocked off to where we could send like an entire army through there to like attack them from behind, or is this like a little mini strike for us to like sneak in through?
How wide is this tunnel here? Because if it's too narrow, sending an army through is just making a choke point.
Yeah.
He tells you 20 to 40 feet. However, it is at the bottom of a cliff. So you'd have to have the ability for the army to scale up a probably close to 100-foot cliff.
Yeah, so that's not something the army's going to be able to do. That's something that we can do. Yeah. Okay.
Is having an army go underground and no dragons can grow. In one fell swoop, all of the army can just go away and become two. So I don't.
Honestly, I'm excited to meet more of those burrowing dragons. I love them.
The concept is cool. The execution is painful. Like,
I love their little mushroom gills. They are friend-shaped.
You scared me. No, you're not.
They are friend-shaped. I
They
will befriend
are
them.
friend-shaped.
Styx wants one.
I do want
mean-
one.
I mean, technically, anything except for like liches and black dragons are pretty much friendable.
Yeah. You just gotta know the motivators.
I
Just
could.
because something is friendable doesn't mean it should be your friend.
I'm sure a lot of people say the same about you, Baxton. But you're a delight to have around. Once you get to know you and get used to you.
Guys, maybe we stop digging on Baxton for 5 minutes and
Normally we're digging on. I love that, like, Baxton gets one slay at him, and Eugene's like, no, hold on now. But Solus, we can rip on Solus. Hey, Solus, your cookies kill people.
well, to be fair, I mean, she has killed people with confectionaries. Baxton's just really good at, the ladder, the bonkening.
Yeah.
The bonkening.
The holy bonkening.
Y'all are so mean. Like, you only pick on me because I'm a big child.
Actually, I pick on you because for the first how many months I knew you, I was not Godric.
Yes, I'm not talking about you. You have a very good reason to pick on me. The rest of you I've adopted and have no excuse.
We're all, but we're all
Like-
being super quiet, right?
I pick on you because you're part
You
of my
are
horde.
perfectly justified to trash me all you want. The rest of you have, like, no reason to.
Nix puts his hand up and is just staring at Baxton.
What?
I would like to address what you just said.
What?
What?
Could you
Yeah,
repeat
you're
it,
all
please?
part of my horde. You're all part of my horde. Most
I don't
dragons
know
horde
how I
gold,
feel
my
about
horde-
being an object of desire.
No,
most,
wait.
most, we've discussed this on top of the mountain. Most dragons hoard gold or things. I hoard people.
He
Why
hoards
do you think-
friends.
Why do you think
Well-
I've died 3 times at this, or twice now at this point, trying to protect you guys?
I could still leave, right?
Dragons still. Yes.
You're welcome
dragons
to
die
try.
protect their horde.
That is okay. Okay, yeah, okay. That makes sense
And
then.
now
Okay.
it's frozen. I love this part.
It's a horde, but like I could go if I want, right?
What'd you just call me?
A horde. I said
Oh.
there's a D. There's a D at the end.
That depends. How fast can you run?
Wait.
They can't
All
even-
right, moving
I just
forward.
Take a photo of Owen's face while it's frozen because it's like ultimate disdain.
So,
And now he's entirely frozen, by the way.
That's
The
great.
only
That's
person I
great.
see
Y'all are so
frozen is
funny.
Solus.
Are you talking to me? You talking to
It's
I
frozen.
see
This is gonna be
Eugene.
my backdrop.
Eugene
Yeah, everybody's-
was
everybody-
frozen.
I hate you.
No, Eugene's not frozen. I can see his fan moving
Oh,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah. That makes...
very unmovingly.
He's being creepy.
Yup.
Anyways, alright, so we're going down into this weird
Existence
hole.
in the frozen
Um,
zone.
We're
The
we're
frozone.
doing another day's rest before we go.
Ah ha ha ha. Got a pinch from Owen. It's a pinch.
As you guys sort of figure this out, you guys settle down for
Dad, come look at.
what you think might be, it very well could be your final night's rest. The threat of what what you need to do looms ahead of you. The fact that you're going to challenge a god and their cult. That things, even if successful, will never be the same for you guys. Yes, Sticks.
I would like to do some roleplay that night then.
Absolutely.
Okay. So while we're all in, actually, we might want to wait because I think Inari is like full gone now.
Yeah, she's has like the weird like dots.
Well, actually, now is actually the perfect time. It's our midway point. Actually, just a few minutes before.
Okay.
If you guys want to take 10 minutes, let let Solace get her stuff back up and going, and we'll.
And I'll do a hero's feast again, just like an hour before we're ready to go to bed. Like after the role play, I'll do or maybe during the role play is the
Yeah,
hero's
while
feast?
we're eating. Yeah, while we're.
Oh
is it
man,
Six-
there's so many waffles, dude.
Six just want to talk to everybody about like stuff, so it could be
I've had
done
like a
over
gallon
dinner.
of soup.
All right,
there she
everyone. Everyone in the chat, I want to take a moment before we go on to our break. I want to thank all of our new subscribers. We have had a conflux of amazing subscribers in the past week. We've had Jaded Saturn, Glamour Shock, Slowicking Kitten, Exedu77, D&D Diva D20, Oz Gaming 94, Jay Gasparo, Dead Salad Caesar, Schneidel Wave, and Curly C. Thank you so much. You guys got us up to 51 followers. So I just wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, and everyone else who's been following up until that point. Thank you so much.
And I just want to say, Ken, like your style deserves so many more because like not to poo-poo on other people on Twitch who do D&D, but like I've seen some D&D channels that have like 300-400 followers that are not nearly as good as the crap that you do here. So like
I appreciate it.
You may not be as polished, you may not have like all the fancy like like bells and whistles and stuff, but the content.
I'm working on the bells and
Absolutely.
whistles.
Yeah.
Slowly
it's
but
just
surely, the
chef
bells
hands.
and whistles are coming.
No, it's okay. I too am working on the bells and whistles, and the bells and whistles are difficult, mostly because they cost a lot of money. But
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of the bells and whistles are getting everybody that you're playing with good mics because there are certain people that like it's just difficult to listen to the stream
And they
because
just-
their mic is like it sounds like they're in the garage with a tin can to their mouth.
Don't be talking about me like that.
You come through so crisp.
But
Yeah.
all right, everyone.
For using a headset mic, it's really like
Everyone in the
all of
chat,
you sound okay.
we're going to be back in about 10 minutes. I just wanted to say and give you guys a very, very heartfelt thank you. All right, everything.
Wait, are we?
All right,
I was
we
just
are
like-
back now, everyone. Take two, as I started talking, and I realized we were still muted. So the night falls, as the weight of the undertaking that you're about to go forth, and sort of settles on your shoulders.
Cool. Let's go do this stuff before I lose the courage. Like,
Unfortunately, this Hero's Feast, you're only going to get 7 additional. So just reduce yourself by 4.
beautiful.
Your
Oh,
max,
I'm back
sorry.
down under 100. I'm able to be nuked with 1 hit. 1 power word kill and I'm gone.
No,
You're all
I'm
coming
gonna
with me.
do
Nope.
that. I'm gonna
Nope.
do that.
Oh, that's right. There's the death word. The death word. Yeah.
And the
Right.
squeegee thing.
So that night during the Heroes Feast, while we're all eating and such, Six will look up and be like, "So it's possibly our last night alive. So I thought it'd be a good idea to like talk about that, right? Like,
Can I pull a cake out of my bag and just start eating a large portion of cake?
I mean, I know Solus, you leave behind a family and such, and all of your aunts and all that. If you were to die, is there anything you would want us to say to them for if any of us survive this?
I mean, I wrote a letter, but, yeah, if I die and there is a body, I mean, I get it if there's not, like, no biggie, but can you take my mask off?
Yeah.
Cool. And, Sticks, I wanted to say something in case I die.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
No, it's you had just lost a friend. I very much so. I understood at the start. It started to drag out a little too long, but like, it's fine. It turned into a joke.
Oh, really? Because I was actually kind of hurt. I'm all like, what did I do? But if it was a joke, okay.
But listen, there was a period where like I was mad. So there's a period that I was understanding, then there's a period where I was mad, and then there's a period where I was like, now it's just wrapped back around to being humorous.
It's like the stages of grief, but with a joke.
Yeah. So no, it's somewhat understandable. Yeah, no, I wasn't mad at you the entire time. At a certain point, it became funny. Like when I was calling other people not Godric, that's where it was at the point where I was like, aha, this is funny now.
Okay. I thought you were genuinely mad at me, and I felt like a bad person.
I was for a little while, and you were for a little while.
I am.
You did tell a king to shut up. I mean, you know.
You did tell a king to shut up. I don't know that's a bad person. A lot of kings could do with being told to shut up. Not while we're trying to get good relations with them, and not in front of their royal guard.
Does anyone want some cake? Because we might die.
No, I'm good.
There's cake in the Hero's Feast. There's cake,
Yeah.
there's waffles. I mean, insert whatever food that you want. I would have made sure that it was included in the Hero's Feast.
What
I
about
made this cake.
the rest of you? Like, anybody have any families or friends or anyone we should the survivors should look to contact?
I found out I do now. So, you know.
Baxton
Yeah.
has 4 of my friends currently.
Oh, I would have given them back to you. They're mine.
My other one's over there.
As you try to give them back, Baxton, they will not go back to him.
Oh, well, this is gonna be awkward then. Actually, I kind of wanted to talk about that.
Yeah.
If I die tomorrow, don't bring me back.
Don't bring you back?
No.
Okay.
At this point, I've died for this for 3 times at this point.
Let me die!
It's not so much letting me die, it's I've died enough for this cause.
Yeah, and I've made it particularly hard to bring me back, but also don't bring me back.
Well, you said we couldn't, right?
Yeah, twofold you can't. Like my spell that I have flowing in my blood right now, it will turn me to dust. I will be really hard to bring back. But also,
Whoa.
my soul is going to be going to a certain devil for 1,000 years and a day. So, you would have a hard time bringing me back. Don't try. It might make him upset.
Well, Styx, if I must say, I have never met anyone as tenacious, stupid, or tenaciously stupid as you. So
Thank you.
I still don't know how to feel about the majority of you. But I mean, I'm just speaking, from the heart here, or from the place where my heart would be if I had one. I found out. Oh yeah, I don't have organs, but I found out a lot about myself.
Wait, are you just like a thing shaped like a human?
I'm
Yes.
a human. Okay.
He's a special meat boy.
All right, so here's what happened. This is just for solace, okay? Because this is brand new news for me too. My mom was really angry at my dad because he would not leave the Paladin Order and stay with her, right? So she tried to murder him because she's crazy. And then, when he went back to the Paladin Order, she basically decided that she was going to make me so I could go into the Paladin Order and he could see his son 5 minutes before his son blew up. And that's me.
Yes. Except for things happened and he didn't blow up.
Yeah, things happened and I'm still here. So
I'm glad you're still here.
Right, so we
Styx, I just have a question.
Yeah.
Well, since he's already set to blow up, shouldn't he be the one to blow up versus you blowing up? Because wouldn't his blow up be bigger than your blow up?
Yeah, if the spell could target others, yes, but spells have limitations and such, and this particular spell can only be put on themselves.
Oh, sorry, I don't mean that I want you to die.
No,
I don't
no.
mean that. No, I meant I meant Eugene.
Oh yeah.
I just meant like, well, I mean, if you got the stuff to make it bigger, what
no, I mean, I don't know
I'll bring it back.
I don't know what's gonna happen if I perish, but I'm not going to. So
Just give me a finger before you leave. Just cut it off and throw it at me, and I'll bring it back.
I
can do that.
We can all lose a digit, and then Owen will bring us back. It'll be great.
Not actually a bad plan.
Just hear me out. Everybody cut off their pinky right now.
No, not the sword users. Sword users, don't cut off your pinky.
Willow.
If you wield a
Question that's
weapon,
been
do not
bugging
cut off
me.
your pinky. You use your pinky a surprising amount when wielding weapons.
Cut off your toe, your pinky toe.
Again, that will you need that for balance. The pinky and pinky toe are surprisingly important.
Yeah.
And a chunk of ear, or a tooth.
This is a wonderful idea.
Also, I do have a request if I were to die, which honestly, every day that I continue to live is statistically against the odds. And I mean that in the kindest of ways. I teleported into a dragon's mouth just like a couple days ago. Statistically against the odds for me to continue living. So if I were to die, I just ask that you gather the ashes and try to find the Fire Seeker clan. They move around a lot, sometimes into other planes. So like if you can't find them, I don't care what you do with the ashes after that. Maybe if you can, throw it into the plane of fire. Just take the whole urn, toss it in. You're good.
Well, I was more thinking of well, I'm just gonna go find your soul afterwards, so don't worry about it.
Again, I feel like devilishly legally I have to ask you not to.
I'm just gonna pat.
He nods sagely.
I got a box that's in my bag. I have a backup box at home, but this box, Styx, you might recognize the box. It's the one from my brain.
Yeah.
But this box, open it if I die. If I don't die, ignore its existence completely.
Pretend you ever saw it, or you never saw it. What about Holrevere?
Yeah, we don't really know you.
Yeah.
I have thoughts about this. Styx, I would venture to say that I would be willing to go and attempt to retrieve you even after your contract is up. And the reason behind that is no one should have to spend 1,000 years working for anything they don't want to do. We have some ability. I don't want to take away your choice, but there's no reason for you to live by that contract. We have the power to take on life and death, and I think that is something that you might want to consider before we attempt this. Now, I also understand you signed a contract, but I'm assuming that was under some level of duress. Is that true?
Really, not really. No.
Okay, listen. Hal, you don't. This man. He did it himself.
He's medically insane. Okay.
Well, your contract doesn't cover me, and I think you are noble enough to be extracted from such an agreement.
I strongly appreciate it.
I don't want to counteract your choices, but I wonder if all of us could make some sort of agreement to, in the great afterlife, at least attempt to help one another.
Yeah. In the interest of the fact that I'm under a contract, once again, I feel like legally, I have to ask you to leave my soul alone. Now, what you do with that information, what you choose to do with that, whether ignore it or not, that's up to you. But legally, I feel like Mahadi would get a little peeved if I didn't go, hey, don't do that.
All a contract is the right to sue someone. So I'm happy to fight demons and devils every day of the week, and I would love to take on any way that I could make that contract null and void.
I appreciate it.
Bring you back.
And my best friend would totally be on board with that. I can ask him.
Yeah. Yeah, to give some clarification here, Hallerveer, I needed phoenix feathers to study, and we didn't have the time for me to hunt down a phoenix. So I was going around magic shops and found a magic shop that summoned a really powerful devil to trade phoenix feathers for. So I have 3 phoenix feathers to study so that I can create a spell to bring the dead back to life using pyromancy.
Understood. I love disappointing demons and devils. So if there's any way I can help with it for you, just let me know.
Yeah.
Go find Talus and smack her in the face.
I like that idea.
Okay.
And
William,
I am excited for the great reward. If this is my ending, so be it. This is the way that I want.
Yeah. Do you have anybody like family or anybody we should contact if and when you die?
I'm a rogue mercenary, and have long ago given up my thoughts of a family or a home. This is what I do: is take on the evil. So that is my existence.
Oh, another important thing to ask, because I have been meaning to check in on him sometime soon. If I do die and you guys are successful or decide not to free my soul, could you check in on my son? You know, the one that's currently in the fire plane?
You mean your daughter?
Was it first?
Son.
Was it?
Firstborn. It was your son. It was your son.
Yeah.
Check on Styx's son.
Yeah.
So, Hal, I know you said that you do mercenary things, but I mean, the Order of the Platinum Dawn's always open for other paladins. Maybe you wouldn't. Maybe you could have a home. The bed to rest your boots at.
Does he have to become a mana guy?
No, that's just me.
What about Willow?
Willow pulls 2 folded pieces of paper. Both of them are sealed with wax, and one of them says "clan home" and the other says "to the clan home." And she says, "This is directions on how to find my clan home. I would appreciate it if I die that this and Bob goes to them."
Absolutely.
On the topic of Bob, I've been traveling with you and Bob for
You may
a
not
very
have
long
Bob.
time.
Bob is going to her family. She just said that.
How did you build Bob?
Long years of study.
Because frankly, a mechanical dog is kind of badass.
Yeah, it really
I
is.
have no idea how to even remotely start thinking about that.
Could you make a mechanical dragon?
I have no idea. I've never tried. But I learned how to build Bob at the clan.
So, assuming we live through this, Willow, I am willing to dedicate time to helping you with building the mechanical dragon.
That might be fun.
That sounds really
I'm willing
fun.
to sit
I
there
wanna-
and write a ballad about your awesomeness because I don't know what to do when it comes to electronics and technology. Words.
Well, I imagine with this is going to be more along the lines of like arcanotech. This is going to be less about electricity and such. This is going to be This is going to be magic.
And at this point, you hear the blaring of the Drakhorn over your conversations. Your conversations get drowned out for a brief minute.
I'm
We
gonna
should
fades.
probably we should
3D
probably
more.
we should probably do the last bits of our food here and do what spells we're going to cast before we go to rest and
I
get
swear
ready.
that horn, I'm going to.
Right? Yeah. No, that thing needs a not ever again.
I'm gonna
ever
give
again.
you some fashionable earbuffs. Guys, I made. So I'm not sure if this helps at all, but like, because of one of my feats, I got healing goodies. I think, and I'm gonna give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does anyone want one? I'm looking. How many? It gives you.
Oh, this is the chef feat.
Yes. I need to figure out. I have 1, 2, 3. 4,
Just know, so the
5.
chef feat doesn't stack with the leader, because it's
No.
both temp HP, right?
Yeah, it can prepare that allows creatures to gain additional hit points when taking a short rest,
Oh, that, okay.
as well as gain temporary hit points after taking a long rest. I was thinking I could just give it to them because I already made them and they'll just eat them later.
Like if for some reason we get an hour break in the middle of... Yeah, I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
okay.
can say that, yeah.
I can just I made like these like weird little like biscuits. They're halfling biscuits, except like they have donut fillings. It's kind of weird, but it's basically a biscuit donut. 1, 2, 3.
Ah, yes, the bow nut. Indeed. Or
Um,
the disket.
I got 5. And they each give you 5 temporary hit points. I'm not sure if anyone wants a bonus.
I'll take it. Sure.
Bonus.
As long as it's not a cookie.
I considered it, but like if you don't bake them in a dozen, it's kind of like worthless. So I made bonuts.
Delightful.
Hey,
Excellent.
Solus, I'll make you a deal.
Yes.
If I get out of this, I'll eat one of your cookies. Deal.
You know what? I like that. Okay. Yes. Actually, you know what? I'm down on this. If we survive, I'll eat a cookie.
Oh,
Well,
nobody's dying.
since we're that's a given. But since we're doing things we wouldn't normally do with Solace, Eugene just turns to Solace and like opens his arms. He's like,
Oh my gosh! I'm gonna go hug you. I'm gonna go hug Eugene. It's on my bucket list.
This gives it like a second or two so that Solace can enjoy the hug, and then he joins in the hug, going group hug.
Oh my gosh! Group hug.
"There's two people in very close proximity, and maybe just like okay, that's enough. That's back it up. Back it up. I'm done."
He does.
I am so happy right now. A single tear of joy goes down my cheek.
Great. We can die happy now. Let's go.
Let's go! I'm so excited.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah. So we Is there anything else people wanted to talk about before we go to rest, so that we can get at this? Pitter patter.
I gotta step outside and make a phone call.
Okay. You have fun with that. Don't die.
Phone.
Hi, Godric. Might die, might live. I'll message you later. Love you, bye. Like,
Godric would respond virtually the same. He's gonna be at this fight.
Yeah,
Yup.
Godric's like, be there, same.
Yeah.
Yup.
Super proud of you.
Emotions. Cool. Did anyone here might think if I die, will someone go find Talus and punch her in the face?
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Don't know who that is.
That's what locate creatures for. We'll find her.
I'll make a pyromancy spell specifically called Locate Talus. You can only ever divine where Talus is at any given moment.
Yep, because that maggot stole my brother, and I'm so ticked off.
Oh.
A 9th level spell that can deliver 1 point of force damage to a specific person named at the creation of the spell, no matter where they are in the multiverse.
Just a single point.
Amazing.
That is petty enough where I'm so for it.
That's not a stick spell because it's force damage, but it's definitely a Yorl spell. That is a level of petty that Yorl would do.
Yes.
True.
All right.
Excellent.
So, panning over to Owen, your phone call.
I am going to cast Planar Ally.
All right. So you place your what do you call it? Your spell components out. You set up your ritual and you cast the Planar Ally.
And I am gonna ask for, well, we had talked about it, and I don't really know how to word it correctly, but I am gonna ask for an aspect of my best friend for a day to help us out. I just saw Aaron's face go like, what? But I think we had worked out what I think you had already worked out what you were gonna do. So
It's
Yeah.
gonna be the aspect of a bat.
Like,
no,
best friend
not
is
that,
so
not
vague.
that, not.
It could be like
I'm saying best. Who have I been saying is my best friend?
Trevi, Bahamut, Nibbles.
So,
Bahamut's always been my friend.
as you cast this, Owen, nothing appears. But you radiate.
Well,
As you gain the ability, as you become an aspect of Bahamut through your transformation. Not like the stat block. You're gonna get a couple extra things. You're not getting the CR30 aspect of Bahamut stat block. No. This is like you are a chosen of Bahamut.
Okay.
You will gain.
We don't get a level, and he gets to become CR30.
No. That's not what's happening. No.
That's actually not what I had thought was gonna happen either. So.
surprised.
So your weapon damage.
Surprised. Owen is Bahamut.
I will message you what it does.
Okay. That's a screenshot.
So, but you start glowing as you feel. You just feel things settle upon you. You feel. You feel the power coursing through you that Bahamut itself has chosen to help you. That-
Yondala never even sent me a birthday card.
You.
Owen's face. I don't know what that is. Grumpwin. Love it. Because Owen's reading his whatever he got from Ken, and everyone's waiting.
So you feel bolstered and powered as the coins definitely lose out of your purse for the allotted time frame of the spell.
Awesome.
But through your transformation that you went through and all that stuff, you have become your own planar ally.
Wow.
Glowing? Nope. Doesn't work.
Glowing.
Glowing! Ow!
As Owen, you just turn around, you head back to the group as you're just glowing.
Glowing.
So, I feel like a nightlight, but this wasn't what I thought was gonna. Sticks, am I okay?
Yeah, I'm sure you're fine. Honestly, like,
Willow looks at him and says, I take it worked.
Well,
Kind of.
that looks like a holy glow to me, not like a I'm going to blow up glow. So you should be fine.
Yeah, and
Okay.
it's fading at this point where you're not like just radiating your location to everywhere.
Would you like me to check you magically, anyways?
I mean, I trust him, but I mean, yeah.
Styx is gonna look him over with an Arcana check
Yeah.
with a total of 26.
You find the meter that's located in the small of his back that he can't reach. That is the time remaining of the spell ticking down,
Love that.
with no room for more quarters.
Okay. I think we need to go.
To
We
sleep.
need to go in.
We need
No.
to get arrested because this is gonna. I look at the meter. This is gonna last a hot minute. We've got time. Because that's the planar ally spell, right? We've
Yeah.
got
So it's
24
24
hours.
Same as the
Yeah.
Hero's Feast. Yep.
We need to get going.
All right.
Before Owen stops glowing.
Oh yeah.
Oh
So-
man, this is gonna be a whole thing.
So what is the plan tomorrow? Are you guys... So the hidden entrance that no one's using is on the southern side. There's another entrance that is probably about 150 feet away that is very popular, very heavily used.
We're
So
gonna
you-
use that hidden entrance. Yeah.
So in order to do that, you might draw some attention to yourself unless you do something to mask yourself, you guys would realize. There's also three entrances to the north. Two to the west. Two to the east. And then the two to the south.
I think the hidden entrance is our best bet.
Yep. If y'all.
Do you have any plans of getting there stealthily? Or
Would-
are you just
would it
booking it over the blasted ground and hopefully you get in there in time?
If we waited for the army to attack, that's gonna be a big commotion.
Yeah.
Could we just slip in that
You very well could.
through the chaos of chaos?
You could try.
Through the chaos of chaos.
Solus, do you have the spell called Seeming?
No, I don't think so. What does that do?
It makes you seem
us-
like other things.
Aha.
It's a 6th level spell, I believe.
I do not.
Okay. I just figured I'd ask.
I
That would.
do have several wigs and outfits. If y'all want to, dress up as cultists, I will make up you so hard that you, your own mother won't even
Honestly,
recognize.
it's not a terrible plan.
Let's do.
Bax and I could just go roll around in mud.
Do you guys have any
That's in my
cultist robes still?
PTSD.
Yeah, Styx has carried his cultist robes with him this entire time.
We don't.
So if anyone wants to be disguised, I got all of the disguised.
My question for you, though, Salas, is do you have enough cultist robes for everyone?
I have enough fabric to sew all night.
You have to sleep though, otherwise you're gonna get.
I need only 4 hours of sleep.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah.
Because they're an elf.
You could... To make enough robes... It'd be tight. It would be tight in 4 hours worth of...
So they don't need to make robes for me?
What if we
and-
just did cloaks, like massive cloaks? That's it. Not a robe, but a cloak.
They also don't even need to be good robes. These could be like quick, shoddy stitching, because we just need to not be spotted from a distance.
And also, don't we already have like 2 or 3 that we stole from there?
Yeah, you do have a couple.
So
Yeah. So really, it's like Hull Revere, Eugene, maybe Willow?
just say the words. Just say the words and I'll do it right now.
Yeah,
Hull
yeah,
Revere.
I'll take.
I don't.
Yeah.
Do we have to act culty, or can we just like?
No, like we'll wear the robes and we'll walk to the entrance.
Sounds good.
Right? They don't have to be, high quality.
They don't. We could literally have stitching that's so bad that you could literally just tear them off of you. Like,
You can.
honestly, it's almost
Superman-
preferable.
Oh, like baseball pants.
He's
Sure.
My needle of never bending. Let's go.
All right. So Solace, give me a performance check as you go into a fervent sewing frenzy, as everyone is
I'm
having.
going to use the help action to help Solace by cheering her on.
Thank you.
And because I'm doing that, hold on, let me see. Is it a +5? Yeah, it's a +5. So Solace, add +5 to whatever you got.
Okay. 17 plus 14 plus 5.
So you are like the mother that their child just told them, "Hey, I am in the play tomorrow. I'm the lead role and I need a costume for me and everyone in the play. The play's also at 8 a.m. in the morning. Please, Mom, go. You're the best." And so you start sewing up an absolute storm. Like,
My time has come.
you almost feel Yandala's hands helping you sew with an over 30 total for your sewing skill. Which any skill above 30 is technically God tier at that point. Rivals that of a god. So you're sitting there, and the rest of you guys wake up, and there is perfect copies of the cultist robes. All of your fabric, though, is gone.
Perfect. Wonderful.
She's even fixed the holes and bloodstains in the ones that the rest of you guys stole from the previous cultists.
Yay.
I'm sitting here applying eyeliner like boss.
Even one that fits Bob to make him look like a guard drake.
Oh, I love that.
So Owen, technically this was in my will, but I think it's important to have now. Remember those Baxton scales that I stole? I made your bats little suits of armor out of Baxton scales.
Baxton has Alfred and everyone.
Yeah, and even as Baxton, as she says this, Nibble sort of like chitters into your ear, Baxton.
So I made those. I'm not sure if they'll actually give you any AC.
Where'd Baxton go? Oh, there he is.
So
Yes, Baxton, you have all 5.
You're muted
that's
there.
up to DM discretion. If tiny like chainmail shirts of Baxton scales.
Sure, it adds a +1 to the bat's AC.
Let's go. Okay.
Just because it also makes Baxton wildly uncomfortable, I can see from the...
I'm more confused at the fact that they're wearing my skin.
Technically, that means you're also wearing your scales.
Okay. There you go.
This is uncomfortable.
To protect our bestest of friends.
So,
I don't disagree. It's still messed up though.
as morning dawns, the Drakhorn sounds once more. You guys get the sound, a message. The attack begins. As you see several large fireballs burst over the sky towards the caldera. smashing into, unfortunately, a legion of devils for their first assault. They did not aim very properly. You hear a roar of laughter from the devils as the battle starts, as you see members of the different orders and armies coasting in past you. The battle the battle comes in full. You get a message from the Harpers. Zentarum have infiltrated and have started tracking the leaders. They got here a day before you did. They are ready to strike any time. They're getting into key positions and may or may not be able to help you in key moments if you encounter any of the leaders.
Just strike at the best time. They're literally the professionals here.
If anything happens, if you come into a cult leader, there is a passphrase the Zentarum asked us to pass along to you. If you yell papaya, if a Zentarum is in the area, they will enact their mission.
Aya.
My middle name is Kumquat, so I feel so deeply touched by this.
That was like literally the one I almost used just out of the top of my head. I'm like, no, I can't. I gotta use something else.
Accent asks what a papaya is.
It's a fruit, like a mix between a mango and a pear, and we like sometimes get them imported in. It's so good. We make a tart out of them.
So at this point, I believe you had you see the largest halfling you've ever seen charge with a group of people behind him. A squirrel's tail trailing from the back of his head. You hear yelling as they engage a platoon of giants. You see the rest of the trailing individuals. It's hard to tell at this point, but they look like almost ants from this distance, but it seems like the halfling brigade has taken the field towards the giants. You see the Lord's Alliance pouring out, taking the field, their large mercenary armies charging in as the first line of mercenaries clash against their front lines. You hear the din of battle, the siege, the terror, the dying, as people start losing their lives. The chromatic dragons start to swoop down, but you hear a roar from up above, up on high, as the metallic dragons take wing and swoop down. And right as the first red dragon is about to crash into the line of the Lord's Alliance, you see Protanthar himself knock the red dragon aside, saving your army that is taking out the first bit. You see a giant spell battle starting to pursue over the top here. You see spell blasts come through on both sides. Spells being counterspelled, dispelled, as it's coming this way and that. The battle is intense, but a stalemate for the wizards. The devils sweep down, and they start hitting the flanks of the Lord's Alliance as you hear the screams of the dying as they are unashamedly cutting into the ranks of the Lord's Alliance. So the Order of the Gauntlet, you see, is holding the reserves back, waiting for a moment to find Severin, for you guys to point out where Severin is for them, as that is their target that you associated for them. So, with this, what are you doing as the battle is in full?
We've got a mission. We're going straight for that tunnel.
Okay.
I'm trying not to throw up as we start booking it.
Yeah.
Don't run. Don't run. That's going to draw attention. We walk. We walk with purpose.
So for those of you who have never seen war on this scale, so like especially you, Solace, and you, Eugene, as well.
Yeah.
This is a sobering sight.
It's not as bad as Sticks on any Tuesday.
You've never seen mass slaughter like this. You've seen isolated incidents, but you've never heard the roar of war. The inferno that is death in these places. The clash of steel. You guys manage to push through. You walk firmly and quickly to the to the unused tunnel. Where? There we go. Alright, so number 3. So, walking into this place, you do find this tunnel, and it does go for quite a bit of a ways. You go about 120 feet into this tunnel, and it forks. One going to the north, one going to the east. You know that the temple itself was to the north, and that is where the elemental told you was the way to the cliffs. The other rooms having lots of side rooms and other like barracks and other leaders and different gear and stuff like that there.
We'll head north then.
North.
Okay. So following that north, you find a wall that seems to have been collapsed. You know that this is not as thick of wall of rubble as what is led to believe, but it will take some sort of ability, spell, or something to clear away enough for you guys to get through it.
Styx will actually put his hand up and go, actually, I've been wanting to do this for a while now.
Everyone get behind Eugene's shield right now.
Actually, Solus, I need you within arm's reach.
Oh.
And he's just going to touch Solus, and so you know how when he's pulling the spear out of his book, he puts his hand on it and pulls? He does the same, and you watch as Shatter forms in his hands, and he casts Shatter without turning it into pyromancy.
Did you just... He just stole a spell!
And as you start to say that, the roar of the explosion of the shatter drowns out all of your language, as none of you guys were covering your ears in a very small enclosed. If you guys have ever seen any media with a flashbang grenade going off enclosed things, your ears feel like they're ringing, they're screaming at you. As all of you guys are deafened for just about 30 seconds before it returns back to you.
Did you just steal a magic from me? How does that even work?
No, I always could do it. I just didn't know how to do it without, fire. And you're not the only one I've learned to use the power of friendship with. Just wait, there's others.
Just wait, there's others!
You just used the power of friendship to yoink a spell from my body?
Well, it's more of
I need a Constitution saving throw from everyone that's actively talking right now, as the dust from the collapsed part of the tunnel is...
Oh, I'm fine. Don't forget we're within a certain range of Hellrevere, so we do have a +5 to that.
24.
You're good.
17.
You're good.
19.
Well, you know what they say, friendship is magic, so...
Yeah, Solace. It's not that I stole the spell from you. What I did was I used the latent energy that's around you, the mana and such, the magic, the fabric of magic around you, to make a spell that was not pyromancy.
That's
so.
And it was your signature spell, so
I feel both violated and impressed.
That's called impriolated.
So you guys find yourself at the bottom of the sinkhole, following the tunnel upwards. And this portion of the caldera collapsed into an underground cavity ages ago, and you're in this large sinkhole. And it seems to be about 40 feet deep. But the sides are composed of rough volcanic rock. It appears that it might be easy enough to climb. And dragon bones cover the bottom of the pit to a depth of 5 feet, making everything in this pit difficult terrain.
Are we going down or over?
You're at the bottom, and you know you need to get up. However, as you all sort of get into the sinkhole, you hear, "What are you doing here?" As you see a man approach behind you, probably from that side tunnel, probably investigating the explosion sounds.
Turn around. We're all still in our cultist robes.
Yes. This area has not been used in many
We heard
decade.
that someone they sent us. They said someone might be trying to get through this tunnel. They said
This is what he looks like, by the way. He definitely is very clearly undead. He also has a cadre of undead behind him.
They said that someone might be trying to get through this tunnel, so they sent us to check it out to make sure that no one's trying to get through. So
Roll me a deception check.
18 plus 14. 18.
Wow.
Plus, lots.
33.
33.
You could convince a deity with that roll.
He sort of
She tries to look impressive.
he chews on his teeth. We see him contemplating something. What faction of the cult do you belong to? Where do your allegiances lie?
Undead.
You cast Turn Undead, Owen?
Yeah, so I have a free channel divinity from the
Yep.
charm, and turn undead, destroy undead. Anything that is below a CR of
I was waiting for it.
Yeah.
Where is it? Where is it?
Isn't it below CR4?
Is it CR4? I'm looking. I see turn, but I don't know where destroy. There it is.
I have it for Cedric. I need to look it up.
3 or lower. CR3
Oh,
or
3 or
lower.
lower.
3 or lower is destroyed at level 14.
Okay. So, filters, monster type. You see on his, around his neck, there's a necklace, and as you cast the Turn Undead, it shatters. As he just snarls at you. But we will see about his, what do you call it?
Padre.
His cadre, yes.
And it's save DC of 21.
His posse,
His gaggle.
whoop whoop, as it were.
Are they skeletons? Because then it's a rattle of skeletons.
It's probably skeletons. Man, why skeletons always gonna be the bad guys?
D&D Beyond has 100% white screen dot be there.
Oof.
There we go. Now it's back.
Yeah, it's a rattle of skeletons and a moan of zombies.
Skeletons can be good guys.
What if it's both? Is it a rattle
Hey.
and moan?
That's a
Just
menagerie.
Just remember, necromancers have been putting romance in Valentine's Day for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, create new. Let's try this again. For a third time, as this is just not...
Spell out necromancer.
It's necromancer, yeah.
Romancer. I was sent that earlier today, and I thought it was hilarious.
Bellis, I'm excited for you to meet Grimson because one of the spells he creates is
All
Awaken
right.
Undead.
So I
and you get to
cannot
meet Mortis.
I cannot use I can't use one of the monsters I was going to throw at you here because that monster is crashing D&D Beyond every time I throw it into the combat tractor.
What?
Oh, that's
I guess we're saved from it. I guess it dies.
So that one turns and runs away.
Of natural causes.
So alright, let's do this. Monster type. I'm going to just pick a substitute because that's a...
What about a dragon with an elder brain?
You
Or
really...
what about an
You don't
dragon?
you don't want slime puppy coming after you.
I love
That's
Slime
true.
Puppy, but
Oh, it
also
couldn't
thank
let
you.
me lie my way out of one thing. Every time I try to tell a lie, you guys are like, no.
To be fair, it was pretty established. No one can't work with Undead.
I know.
I was letting it go, like, when you rolled that early, I was like, oh wait, she might be able to avoid this, and I was going to let it go, and thinking they would turn around, but then he questioned again, and I'm like, nope, dead.
I was just opening my mouth to ask if Six can roll an intelligence check. They're like, no, because we've been studying this for a while.
And also, like,
Sorry.
No, you're fine. This is fine.
redefine fine.
We're not sitting in a building surrounded by fire at a table.
Yeah.
Alright, so you see the undead behind him, there's 4 of them, and they seem to have these almost melted, distorted faces. Long, almost think of like the Scream mask on an
Ghost
undead.
face,
Yeah, ghost face.
Okay.
But let's see what they're... And that's a wisdom save?
I believe so. 1 second.
And
I
you
have
said
not
DC
actually-
21.
It is a wisdom
Yes.
saving throw, yes.
Thank you.
2 of them fail. 2 of them succeed.
Oh.
As these are
now-
not, as the man passes and 2 of his things succeed, 2 fail. The other 2, they do not.
He passed through to that thing. Right
Yes,
on his chest.
he auto passed due to it. He had a. He's a very ancient undead. You realize very quickly. Willow, what is your initiative?
Oh, I am sorry. 13.
13, Solace.
15.
15, Sticks.
That'll be an 18, my boy.
Baxon.
12.
Owen.
15.
Eugene, I got yours and the initiative tracker already. Halrevere, what did you get?
I got a 15.
What's 9 plus 10? 21.
Sounds good. Yeah, yours automatically came through on the D&D Beyond.
21.
Some of them auto-populate, which is great.
Yeah.
So one of the creatures that's behind him, the one that did not get turned, it turns as you see a aura just sort of pop up around it. As all of you guys are within 30 feet, as you're in a close in-quarters tunnel and sinkhole, everyone will take flat 5 necrotic damage.
Everyone remember to leave their temp HP up, right?
Yes.
Actually, scratch that. You'll take the damage at the end of your turn.
Okay.
This one, though, is going to turn its head as you see the gaping mouth. It is going to look at Eugene. It looks at you as I need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. That's a good one. 28. 28.
Nice.
So,
Yes.
But as a paladin, I recommend rerolling.
Am I good?
you will take half of 19 points of necrotic damage.
So 8.
So 8, yeah. As the eyes are locked onto you.
Oofed. Oofta goofta.
Eugene, it is your turn, and at the start of your turn, you can choose to avert your eyes and have disadvantage on everything.
But I'll. So I'll have disadvantage, but I won't take the damage, right?
Well, you're not sure about if it's the damage or something else, but you feel the gaze penetrating you, and you have a brief split-second decision. Do you avert your gaze, or you keep on going?
No, I'm gonna keep on going. This is undead. This is
all right.
This is, you know,
so at the start of your turn, I need another saving throw.
That's a natural 1 for a 10, sir.
Ooh.
You drop to 0.
What? Okay.
As the death gaze penetrates you.
Yeah, because I feel like Eugene would be like.
Wait a minute.
It's time for
Wait a minute. You have Hero's Feast. You are immune to the frightened condition, which is the trigger for this.
Hey!
The gaze. So you.
Thanks for the soup, Owen.
As that's it really is, because it's like literally, unless it's immune to the frightened condition. So you will take you will take damage though.
I was like, alright, I'm gone, I guess.
You will take 26 psychic damage.
Okay.
Because that was a natural 1.
Okay. Do I still get to run up on this muh?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. So I run up on the muh. I'm going to swing with 2 attacks, both hands.
Okay.
Where is my son Blood? Yeah. 27. Hits.
27 will hit, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're attacking the one that stared at you, right?
Yeah. 27 and a 26.
Both will hit.
Okay. That's 2d10 plus 12. Well, okay, so 2d10, and then plus 12 will be them because it's both. So it's plus 6 2 times plus 12. So 2d10. So that's a 14 damage on the first one, and 15 damage on the second one.
It's a 29 total?
Yeah, 29 total.
All right.
Scram!
As you make this thing very bloodied very quickly, as black ooze sort of starts sliding through the wounds.
And Eugene's gonna say, "May the sun rise, may the shadows flee!" And then just like, sword pose.
And as you do that, you realize all of these undead, including the man, sort of shy away from the sunlight. Mm-hmm. As you realize they all probably have a very, very, very powerful sun allergy.
Yeah.
Like me!
Okay, so if it makes sense, can I shed sunlight in a 30-foot radius?
Yes, so their radius and your radius is equal. So at the end of, so are you ending your turn now?
Yeah, that's all I can do. So.
All right, so there for this. You will take 5 points of necrotic damage at the end of your turn. Next up is this the Ancient Undead. He snarls. You bring sunlight into these halls. This is... And he is going to go up to Eugene and let out a clawed punch right to his chest. And miss horribly.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Let's go!
As Eugene, your chest plate literally stops his punch dead.
Mm-hmm.
As you hear bones crack in his hands. And then he swings with his longsword at you twice in frustration. So it'll be a 20 and a 16 to hit.
Can I shield both of those?
Yeah.
Well, I'll shield one. Well, no, actually, I'll
Shield
one of them.
Well, shield increases your AC till the end of the turn, so.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Well,
So he misses both all of his hits with you. Styx, your turn.
Okay, perfect. So this is one of the ones I was actually really excited for doing. So Styx, just kind of like shuffles the few feet it takes for him to get within arm's reach to Owen, and goes, okay. And he puts his hand on Owen, and he focuses, and he does that pull thing that he does with his spellbook when awakening it. And you watch as a swirling nexus of magic leaves Owen, and he moves it around, and he incants, and he casts Summon Draconic Spirit at 5th level.
Oh my.
Okay, what does that do? That's one of the new spells that I'm still not that familiar with.
I call forth a Draconic Spirit. It manifests in an unoccupied space that I can see within range. The corporeal form uses the Draconic Spirit stat block. When you cast the spell, choose a family of dragon, chromatic, gem, or metallic. Came from Owen. Choice is obvious. The creature resembles a dragon of the chosen family, which determines certain traits in its stat block. Creature disappears when it drops to 0 hit points or when the spell ends. The spell lasts for an hour.
Does it take a minute to cast like most of those spells do?
It is 1 action.
Cool.
Most of the spells, most of the summon spells now are actually an action.
Oh, cool.
They're just costly. Remember when I needed a dragon bone engraved thing?
Yeah.
That's what I was getting the Pokemon for.
All right.
And so we now have a Draconic Spirit that takes its turn on my turn.
Okay. So at the end of your turn, you can take that for it.
Yep.
At the end of your turn, you will take 5 necrotic as well.
Okay. I will go ahead and take that right now before I do its thing. And yeah, Power of Friendship! Another spell that doesn't directly do fire damage that Styx is casting.
He must be feeling all the heebie-jeebies today.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable, and it's like, as shown, he has to use other people's magic to be able to do it.
He's a magic thief.
So, this is, let's see, I didn't fully read its stat block like I should have. Okay. So he can make... So he makes the number of rend attacks equal to half the spell's level rounded down. It's a 5th level spell, so that means he makes 2.
Mm-hmm.
And uses its breath weapon. So it's going to just run on the big guy Skeletor, and start using its rend attack.
Okay.
If you're pulling from me, it'll be force damage. If you want it to be actually from me, if not, choose whatever one you want.
Yeah. So it is based on, like, it's a metallic dragon, so I do have only the choices of acid, cold, fire, lightning, and poison. But that is going to be, where's its plus to hit?
It's the spells level and something else. It's like 8 plus proficiency plus spell level.
No, your spell attack modifier to hit. I was looking for a number.
That's
I wasn't
what it
looking
is.
for words. My spell attack modifier is pretty nice. Plus 9. Okay, so that's going to be a 19.
19 will hit.
19 will hit? Okay, so then I'm also going to roll for the second attack first. That's a 16 on the die, so that's going to hit as well. That is 20 points of piercing damage.
20 points piercing, okay.
And then it's going to use its breath weapon. So it and the only one of the creatures were left, right?
Well, there's 2 of them. The other 2 have not started to flee yet.
Okay.
So
well,
they're all
the
clumped up
like,
pretty well.
So then they all need to make a dexterity saving throw. DC 17.
Only 2 will pass.
Okay. So that is going to be 9 points of fire damage to anyone that failed, and half that to anyone that succeeded.
Okay, and I believe that breaks the turn.
Yeah, unfortunately, Styx doesn't know how Turn Undead works.
they hadn't started running away yet. Like you don't know what happened. You just saw a jewel shatter
Yep.
and
Anything else, Sticks?
No, that'll be it.
All right. One of the creatures that was about to turn away, you hear it let out a shriek as you see a black aura start oozing out around it. It's then going to look to Solace and make a direct gaze at Solace. I need a Constitution saving throw, Solace.
+5 for me too.
Dirty 20.
Did you have the +5?
No. 25.
All right,
Oh,
so
it's just-
you will take half of 22 necrotic damage. So 11.
That'd be 11.
As this thing is making direct eye contact with you.
Can I wiggle my eyebrows at it?
You can. It's very unsettling the way this thing's looking at you. But you do see that from the sunlight, it does burn heavily. Hal Revere, it is your turn.
Okay, is the big guy, how hurt is it?
The big guy is not very hurt at all at this point.
I will go and attack it. First off, I will do a, I think I'll go with Branding Smite as my bonus action.
Okay.
Hopefully I hit. So, let's see, this first one.
Hey,
13.
Kin.
Yes.
Well, never mind. I'll do it later. Never mind.
So 13 will miss, but Branding Smite stays up until you hit.
Sorry, it's a 23.
Oh, 23 will absolutely hit.
Okay, so I'll also do. So the Branding Smite goes off, so that's 2d6 damage from the greatsword is 2d6. I'm also going to be doing smites with it, 4th level smite, so that's 66. Sorry, 68 because of its the fact that it is undead. This is the first attack, and it'll be a +5. Not the best roll.
Are you eating a dragon fruit, Jazz? Okay.
So 33.
I just finished it, actually.
33 points of damage. All right, he's still up, but
That's the first one. Second attack. Let's see if we hit. This is at +10. 19.
19 will hit. Barely, but it will hit.
Okay, and then I will do 3. Actually, it's only 3 normal d6s, and then we'll do one more 4th level smite. And this will be at +5. So 36.
36. As you rend into him, you start to see dust pouring out of the cuts. He is ancient to the point where his blood is no longer there. All he is decay. He's still standing, but not by much. Anything else, I revere?
That's it. I'll stay right there.
All right. At the start or at the end of your turn, you will take 10 points of necrotic damage as two of the undead have their auras up.
Oh.
And I have resistance to necrotic, so is it 5?
Yep, it'll be 5.
Okay. And that's it for me.
Oh, and it is your turn.
We need to get rid of those things fast.
Get him, boy.
All right. Well, this is new. Kenna, I do have a question.
Yes.
Based on what you told me as far as that additional damage. Does that make my current non-weapon magical?
Yes.
Just no pluses. It's just a magic weapon, but no +1. All I got is the. That's what I was.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Cool. Then, oh god, it's so bad though. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look at the main guy's still up. I'm going to spend a 1st level spell, and I will throw a guiding bolt
I think y'all are using
at it
BP
for
too.
my first attack. Oh wait, does that?
On the main guy?
I mean, it wasn't a problem when it was just you, but it might be bad.
Guiding
Wait,
bolt.
Wait, hold on. I can't do that, can I? I can't attack with a spell, then a follow up.
The weepy didn't.
No, you can't spell and then attack
Until
unless.
trapeze down in here, fodder.
Solace, can you mute yourself there while you're...
So Solace is frozen up. I don't know if they can actually hear us now.
Unless they action surge.
Yeah, unless you action surge.
Thank you. Okay. Then no, I won't do that. I will try. I'm gonna try to do my best backsit that I can do, and shield and quarterstaff in hand. I will go and try and smack this thing in its face, and we'll see what happens. So first
No guiding
attack.
bolt?
No,
No
I'm
guiding
just gonna.
bolt, okay.
No guiding bolt.
Okay.
So first one's gonna be a 9. That's not gonna hit.
That'll miss.
And second one's a 12.
12 will miss, unfortunately.
That's alright. And I'll just stare at it.
Okay. At the end of your turn, you will take 10 necrotic.
Alright.
Solace...
I have a +4 to hit, and it's so bad.
Solace's turn, but she fell out of the thing. But then it is the enemy's turns, and that'll be... So we will get to them. No, you're bottom of the initiative. We haven't gotten through a first round yet. So when Solace gets here, we'll let her do her turn right away, but the next undead is that was starting to run away is going to turn. And it is going to stare directly at you, Styx. It's going to make direct eye contact with you. I need a Constitution saving throw from you.
Constitution saving throw, you got it.
As you see, its black aura also kicked to life as well.
It'll be a total of 18.
18, alright. So you will take half of 16 psychic. Or not psychic, necrotic, sorry.
That is okay.
The next one's turn is going to flare its greasy black aura to life as well. This one is going to stare at Hal Revere.
Alright.
I need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. I only rolled an 8.
An 8, alright. So you will take 19 points of necrotic damage.
I'm sorry, it's a 13, but it doesn't matter, right?
13 actually would save, so you'll take half of 19.
Okay. Thanks. Yeah, I forgot my +5. So, what's the damage?
Half of 19, so that would be 8.
Okay, and
Or
then
not
half
8,
again,
9.
right?
Yeah, halved
and
again,
then-
so that would be 4. Because round down in player's favor.
Perfect. Thank you.
And it is staring directly at you.
Alright. Ha! I raise my eyebrows as well.
Alright. Willow, it is your turn.
Okay, how bad does the big guy look?
He looks pretty bad.
I am throwing my hand axes at him, and if it hits, then we'll see what happens. I'm going to cast Branding Smite at 3rd level.
Okay.
And that's not going to hit. But I think a 27 probably will.
27 absolutely will.
Okay, so there's the hand axe for 7.
Okay.
I'm casting Branding Smite for 3 die 6. And then there's a Arcane Jolt that I can use.
Yep.
And that's 2 die 6. So let's roll that. And that's a total of 25.
25, alright. He's still up, but barely. Alright.
And Bob is going to growl. Shoot. Does a 16 hit?
16 will... Well, it depends on what you're trying to go after. Are you going after the main guy or one of the smaller guys with Bob?
Bob's going to go after one of the smaller guys.
Okay, then that will hit.
Okay, growl. And he will and Ree will not drop the die 8 down her sleeve. For 9.
9 points. All right. Solace, getting back to you. At the start of your turn, one of these undead are making direct eye contact with you. I need a Constitution saving throw.
Beautiful. I'll give that 18.
Did you add the +5 as well?
Yep.
Awesome.
All right. So you nothing bad happens to you. You can do the rest of your turn.
I'm gonna wink at him, and then I will wait for my computer to stop glitching, and then I'll do a 5th level. How many can I get in a shatter?
All of them, including your teammates.
How do I not get my teammates?
You get 1.
That's great. Can
You are in very close quarters here.
Yep, it is. Can I do Dissonant Whispers on one of them?
You could.
Excellent.
Are you doing it on one of the smaller undead or the leader?
Leader. Because
Okay.
why not? Wisdom 17.
He gets a natural 20.
I'm gonna use my lucky.
All right. So you roll your dice, and tell me which one you use, yours or mine.
I mean, my inspiration. Yep.
Oh, inspiration. Okay. That brings it down to a 15.
Yes, I win. Eat that. 6, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 6. 24.
He crumples. He had 3 HP left after the last attack.
Well done.
So, by the way, before I forget, Willow, you would have taken 20 necrotic damage at the end of your turn from all the undead that have with their auras active.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yep. Solace, are you done with your turn?
Yes, I had a joke. Why can't zombies write good music? Because they only decompose.
That's...
I do actually really like that one.
By the way, Solace, you will take 10 points of necrotic at the end of your turn because you would technically went before the 2 that activated their aura.
Beautiful.
Next up, Baxon.
How many of them are left?
There are the 4 long-faced undead.
Cool. Can I get to where I'm kind of in the middle of all of them?
Yeah, it's all close quarters, yeah.
Cool. They appear to not like sunlight, correct?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm going to look at them, look at my hammer, look at them, and use an action to cast Sunbeam.
Nice.
Yeah, okay,
Just
okay.
Just go. This works. And I'm just going to, like, aim it at one of them.
Okay, so Sunbeam, what is the description of that?
A beam of brilliant light flashes out from your hand.
Is that the one that's actually sunlight, or is that one just radiant?
The light is sunlight.
It's sunlight.
Okay, there's one of them that has the name sun in it, but isn't actually...
Yeah.
For the duration, a mode of radiance light shines in your hand or the hammer in 30 feet radius, and dim light for an additional 30. This light is sunlight. Essentially, it's basically a
so you light a beacon in the sinkhole.
5 foot wide, 60-foot beam that each creature in the line must make a con saving throw or take 6d8 radiant damage.
And be blinded, and also undead have disadvantage on the saving throw.
Oh yeah, they already had disadvantage on it to begin with. So you can get 2 of them without hitting an ally.
Cool.
In the line. And they both fail.
Cool. Do they crit fail?
They do not know. These are some of my favorite undead, but I hate fighting them as a player.
When we're done with the fight, let me know what the name is, because I am also interested in these ones. These ones I don't actually know off the top. which is rare for me with an undead.
These don't appear very often. Like
That might be why.
anything.
But even so, normally I know like most undead stat blocks. I love running undead.
Gee, I never would have known.
Necromancy's the bestomancy.
I thought pyromancy was
Disagree.
bestomancy.
To Styx, yes, but to Jask, necromancy's bestomancy.
32 radiant damage.
32 radiant.
Sunlight damage.
Gosh, now my sister is saying
Two of them are almost completely immolated, but they are still standing.
And they're blinded.
Yeah. Anything else there?
No.
All right. At the end.
Action, turn it on.
Okay. At the end of your turn, you will take 20 points of necrotic damage by the auras around here. At the start of this turn, this one is going to definitely take some radiant damage as it burns. This one is then going to try to punch Eugene there with a disadvantage because sunlight and miss. Eugene, your turn.
All right. So the one in front of me is looking pretty messed up.
Oh yeah, they're almost all of them but one are looking messed up.
Did Baxton kill 2 of them, or are they?
No, they're
alive?
still up but barely.
Okay, so
3 of them are still alive but barely.
I'm gonna attack the one that I hit before.
Okay.
With 2 hands.
Okay.
29.
29 will absolutely hit.
And that is 14 damage. Is it dead?
That one, no. It should be, but it's at 1 HP.
It's still up?
Yes.
Then I'm gonna hit it again.
Okay.
It's a 14 hit.
That'll miss.
Big sad. Extremely large sad. Large,
Big boy sad.
Big boy sad. Okay, then I'm going to use my bonus action to use my second wind to get some health back.
Okay. At the end of your turn, you will take 20 necrotic damage.
1d10 plus 9. Let me heal.
Yes.
Real quick first.
Yep.
1d10. Okay, so 7 plus 9, so 16 HP, and
Yep.
then I take 20.
Yes.
So let me heal 16 real quick.
Or just take 4 off your current HP.
Or just take 4 off current? Okay. Thank you for being good at math. Alright, cool. Good.
No problem.
All right.
I'm
Styx.
just here to help.
It is your turn.
Okay.
I would say you'd have to make the save because one was staring directly at you, but that one is now blinded. And it doesn't function when it's blind.
Styx is going to firebolt one of them.
Is it the one on Eugene that's almost dead? Is it one of the 2 that Baxton just hit that are both almost dead? Or the one that has not hardly been touched at all except for the sunlight?
Let's hit the one that's only been hit by the sunlight.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I got a +9, so a 19.
19 will hit.
Or maybe
Okay.
kill the one that I didn't kill, maybe?
Oh no, don't worry.
Possibly.
It's going to. It's going to die. Don't worry. I've got this.
That's usually reassuring, but not right now.
So 12. 22 points of fire damage to the one that I hit.
All right, it's still up, but it is now bloodied.
Okay. And then my dragon takes its turn.
Okay, I forgot about the dragon.
Forgot about the dragon.
Don't worry, I didn't.
That's good.
So it's going to use its 2 rend attacks on Big Boss guy.
Big Boss Man's dead, right?
Oh, is he?
I
Oh,
killed
that's
Yeah,
probably-
big
Okay, that
big
happened
boss
while I
man's
was
dead. Yeah.
Away. That happened while I was away then. Sorry. So yeah, then the dragon's going to take 1 rend attack against the one that Eugene is against. And we'll see where we land with that one. That's a 20 total to hit.
20 total will hit.
I'm so glad I have that +9 because otherwise I would be missing.
If it
everything.
touches the one on Eugene, it is dead.
Okay, cool. It's then going to take its second rend attack on one of the ones with Baxton. That's into the 20s to hit.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it with my claws.
B or D?
B.
Okay.
That is going to be 15 points of piercing damage to that one.
You killed another one with the dragon.
Okay. And then it's going to turn and breath weapon the last one. And it needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
So there's 2 left still.
If it can catch multiple... If it can,
It can,
catch
yes.
Yeah.
And they both fail.
Okay. That is going to be...
Breathe on him.
9 points of fire damage.
9 points. All right. Anything
Much
else or
smoother return
sticks?
to that. No, that'll be all. I was able to do that smoothly because I actually
Alright.
looked at the stat block like I'm supposed to.
Yeah, so at the end of your turn, both you and the dragon will take 10 points of necrotic. Instead of the 20, because you shut off 2 of their aura by ending their existence.
You got it.
Alright, next up is going to be one of the undead's turn. It is going to try to fumble into something and miss. Hal Revere, your turn.
All right. There are 2 left, you said?
There are, yes.
Okay, first one I will hit, or try to, at least. No bonus action yet. 21.
21
That's
will
a
hit. Yep.
Okay. How damaged does it look?
It is very damaged.
Okay. I will still do a smite against it, but not cast a spell on top of it. So I'll just do a... And it's an undead, so that should be an easy smite to do. This is +5. So 23 damage. Does that down it?
23 damage? That should down it, yes.
Excellent. Okay. Can I then switch over to the other one? Is it close enough to me to be able to...
It is, yes.
Excellent. I will try to hit that. And it is not as damaged, correct?
This one has been damaged and is heavily damaged as well.
Okay. I roll a 27 to hit. And I will do just one little smite, which is nice because it gives me 3 dice. I'm not going to cast a spell on top of it at all. What, 19 damage?
19 damage is enough to kill it.
Excellent. Okay, cool. So I downed them both. Sweet. Thank you, everybody. That's it, right?
That is it. That is enough that for that.
Excellent.
So, with that, the undead fall to the ground smoking. You're not sure if the colossal explosions of the shockwave or the shatters or the radiant beacon of light that's pouring down into the pit is definitely not exposing you to the cult. But you will
I wouldn't know why it would.
But we will we will find out next week, as this is where we are going to end
on Dragon
night.
Ball Z.
All right. I hope my players here had fun tonight. You guys are getting into the end game here.
So let me stab more undead with my holy sword.
It's fun.
There could be, depending on how things go, 1 to 3 sessions coming from here.
Holy bonker.
Maybe more if you got if things go well.
You're the star of the masquerade.
So, it all depends on the dice. The dice tell the story, and we will see how the story progresses. Thank you, everyone in the chat, for watching. Thank you for being so active in the chat, I should say, by the way, too. That is absolutely awesome. We do have some stuff coming down the road now that we have the 50 followers.
Mm-hmm.
When that eventually happens, I have a cool couple plugins that we can use for the chat
Ken's
to be a bit more.
Affiliate now.
Not officially, but close.
Well, I mean, in my heart, you are.
I meet the requirements.
I meet the requirement.
But everyone,